Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for coming. Bartender whispers.
All right, we are back. It is fucking hotter than Hades in here right now. We got. I feel like somebody said the other day, like, every time you do the show, you should fucking reintroduce yourself. I'm like, why, you an idiot? You forget who I am? I'm just kidding, though. I'm Brendan Hearn. This is Matthew Fitzmaurice. And we have Andy Ferg here today with us.
Hello.
Andy Ferg from owner of North Shore. Yeah, this is long
coming,
wait.
long awaited.
Long time coming. If you want to get into it real quick, I was supposed to be on the first ever Danny Gillis, Brendan Ahern non-podcast episode. It was supposed to be the three of us shooting the shit, and I bitched out last second.
That's right.
And Danny showed, and the rest is history.
That is true. That's true.
You're welcome.
And now Danny's not even here anymore.
Yep, so you're welcome, Fitz, by proxy.
All right, we'll get into all the. For those who don't know, I mean, most people who listen to this probably might also probably listen to F Buddies, which is Andy's podcast. He does with Mike Wendt, who used to be on Wicked Bites. Do I have to drink because I mentioned Wicked Bites in the?
You have to drink.
That's fine.
Drinking
Now
game.
twice.
That's
Yep,
fine.
That's twice.
So we'll get into all that stuff in a little bit, and later on we're gonna draft best bands of all time. I'm fucking pumped about this, by the way.
Yeah.
Was it you that said it? Ferg, you came up with the idea, right?
Well, no. I was given the option.
Oh, okay.
Many choices, and I said that's the best option because Mike Wendt drives around in his car with the sound off. He doesn't listen to music, or he raw dogs car rides, as the kids would say nowadays.
Dude, that's serial killer.
Does he
Yeah,
not?
it's so
Does he not
weird.
listen to music?
He said he listened. He worked at ZLX and all these rock radio stations for so long. He hates music, and he hates podcasts, even though he's on one. And he hates talk radio because he used to do it. He rides around in silence.
He loves food and drinking beer. So.
Fucking weirdo.
That's fucking
If he could
serial
listen to
killer.
movies, he would, I guess.
Yeah,
Or
that
wrestling.
is
Or wrestling.
strange.
Yeah.
She's a big
Just
wrestling
Gorilla
guy.
Monsoon clips.
You know what I watched last night was my wife was down in South Carolina with my daughter for orientation, and so house is. My son goes to me yesterday. He goes, "Dad," I'm like, "What?" He goes, "House is like very quiet," and he's like, "It's pretty awesome." So he's like, He's watched all the Tarantino shit. And I'm like, have you watched True Romance? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, we got to watch True Romance. So he threw it on. Now, it's been a while for me. First of all, great fucking movie. I forgot, I probably hadn't seen it in 15 years. It's been a long time. So I'm like, there's this great scene with Dennis Hopper and walking, right? So, I kind of forgot, how racist that scene is.
Pretty racist.
He's sitting there, and I'm like, I didn't mean it was great, because Dennis Hopper's just dropping 97 N-bombs, right?
It's one of the best scenes in movie history, but it's pretty fucking racist.
It's great, yeah. By the way, speaking of that, offending black people, I remember, well, I'll get to that story later. Put a pin in that. All right, so let's talk about, so we were just talking about beforehand, this chick who's, well, whatever this person is, from Algeria.
Yeah.
Now, aren't a lot of the beef owners Algerian?
No, Albanian.
Albanian, good.
Yes.
Don't besmirch their good name.
No, I don't know where Algeria is, but
I don't
not near
either.
Albania.
Yeah. So this girl apparently doesn't have the bait and tackle, but has more testosterone than you're supposed to have as a rare thing.
Yeah, she's like a chick that should have a dick with no dick.
Yeah, I guess that's the vibe. And she hits like a fucking Mack truck, right?
Oh, yeah, she hurt that girl.
Yeah.
45 seconds in, the girl
Yeah,
quit.
that
No
poor
mas.
Italian girl found out real quick
Yeah.
who she was fighting.
This girl's
right.
just trying to fucking
She was from
take a
Sicily,
left and
maybe.
get to a
Yeah.
biscotti later on.
Trying
you know
to
what I
make
mean?
her way in the world, and she got fucking leveled by a dude.
Yeah, it's a
Or
weird girl.
not a dude.
Imagine how big her clip must be, though. All that testosterone just
So
fucking
big.
dragging.
Jesus.
Oh, wrong show.
I mean,
Saying F buddies.
no, I mean, it is weird gray area though, because somebody made the point they're like, if she doesn't have a dick, right, and so she is, but she has way more testosterone. It's just where's she supposed to fight?
Yeah.
And it's a good point, but you don't want to, dude. That's like that kid who was playing field hockey for Swampscott or whatever it was
Oh,
last year
yeah,
at Andover,
I remember
and he
that kid.
fucking because they don't offer men's field hockey, and
My
it
daughter,
is traditionally
my
a
daughter
men's
played against
sport.
that person.
Did it really?
Yes, she did. She played in indoor. That person was a fucking beast.
And dude, that kid, think about it like from that standpoint. You, Fitz, you big guys. You wind up and hit a softball, right? In general, it's going to be coming a lot hotter than when, my wife hits a softball.
Especially
right?
girls softball.
Yeah.
They're harder.
Yeah. And it just is one of those weird things. It's like somebody could get fucking killed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That kid played indoor at the Danvers Indoor Sports Place, which is a very small field. He played defense and offense. He sprinted back and forth and controlled both sides of the field with 16-year-old girls who stink.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this kid's just dominating. He also played goalie for a little bit by accident.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Here's another question I have while focused on high school girls athletics. My daughter played lacrosse at MC. It was the biggest scam of all time because she had never played a sport. She was the second class of girls at MC. So, like, just sign up and you make varsity, basically.
yeah.
She took a fucking... We have full helmets
Nope.
in lacrosse.
Little mouth
She
guards,
took a
right?
fucking ball, like, off the fucking cheek one time, like a whip. And I'm like, why wouldn't you put a fucking helmet on if the guys have helmets on?
They really should.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It is. It's insanity.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't know how to. We're not going to solve the problems of, what do they call it? Like DSD females or something like that was the name for what this is.
Was it? I
It's
don't
actual medical condition. But I mean, if whatever. I mean, nobody wants to fight this
Let's
person.
go-
like, just
let's
give them a separate medal and tell
Let's
them.
call them tweeners.
That's what it
Let's
seems
get
like.
feminine men and masculine women, make a league, and watch them fucking kill each other.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a special league, like
Yeah,
like
right in the
Running
middle.
Man. Oh, by the way, I saw the other day on. I was looking at. I went to see Twisters, which I said was marginal.
Yeah.
But Glenn Powell's really on a rocket ship ride right now. You know what one of his next movies coming up? He's doing is
He's doing Running Man.
The
too,
Running
right?
Man. Is it a remake or is it a
I don't know. I don't like this at all. Leave it alone.
Running Man is one of the best ideas for a movie of all time. Obviously, Stephen King wrote it, or wrote the story. I don't know if it was a short story. I mean, The Running Man is just a fucking great fucking
I
movie.
reference that movie almost every fucking day of my life.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I mean, I'll go see it.
Of course. Well, Glenn Powell's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He makes you feel a little gay, but that's all right. Yeah. Those abs, holy shit.
You know what Twisters was probably missing? Bonnie Hunt's sister.
I agree.
Yeah.
Who's Bonnie
Yeah.
Hunt's sister?
Bonnie Hunt was in it.
Helen Hunt.
Oh, Helen Hunt was
Helen
in it,
Hunt
sorry.
was in it. The famous
Yeah.
Hunt was in it.
Is
Yeah,
that,
they got more attorney for it
you
instead,
said,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
said Bonnie Hunt's sister.
Yeah.
which is Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
She
She's
was-
the famous one.
She's
But
the
I
one.
drafted Bonnie Hunt in
I
a draft, and I
understand,
got
okay.
so much shit for it.
'Cause you didn't know the
I,
difference?
Yeah, so I try to fucking... No.
You know the
I
difference.
drafted Bonnie Hunt on purpose. It was like a MILF... What was it, a MILF draft?
Oh, was it a
Well,
milk draft?
Helen
Or
Hunt
it was
is
like
it was the
your
draft-
hottest actresses, I think, right?
No.
Helen Hunt
It was
has
mom.
no tits, though.
It was mom actresses that
Okay.
you wanted to, like, if you were creating a harem of moms. Whose
Oh,
idea
that's what
was
it
that?
was.
Harem of
I don't know,
moms.
but I
Who was? Because I got so much shit for drafting Bonnie Hunt.
Who the fuck is Bonnie Hunt? What is she
Helen
from?
Hunt's sister.
I know you said that 4
she's
times.
in a bunch of
Cheaper
stuff.
by the dozen. Cheaper by the dozen
How about a
too.
movie anybody's seen?
She doesn't too. She had like Ladybugs or something like that.
Oh, I've seen
Maybe.
Ladybugs. You on Jack
She
Hayes
might
in
be.
that one?
Yeah. Anyways, I'll be checking that out. I got Glenn Powell stock. I mean,
Listen,
You
he
know,
was
listen.
real fucking good in Top Gun Maverick.
yeah. Before we launch into all this other stuff, by the way, I was looking at Jaylen Brown is starting this like it's called like BXC. It's like a basically like it's great. It's great by him. Like basically putting his money where his mouth is. He's basically funding it. It's like it's for like black business owners, and they're gonna do like grants and like develop a bunch of they're gonna develop a bunch of business, try to close the wealth gap. It's a really good, cool thing he's doing. Now it got me thinking about this. I have, as I like to say, I have a couple black friends. No big deal. I mean, I do.
You're the one, huh?
Yeah. I know.
My brother told me today when he was talking about how he's not racist. He said, "I love black people."
just like that.
I go, he goes, some of them are better than whites. I'm like, oh, fucking good job. Thanks for clearing that up. Could you say one more thing that makes you sound more of a fucking racist in your entire life?
I have to meet both of your brothers.
They're so awful. It's the greatest.
It sounds like such a fucking riot.
I got one of my nephews so triggered today because we were talking about the opening ceremony and how they were saying how it depicted the me, the Last Supper and all
Yeah.
this controversy. I said, well, you know, it kind of looked like it, but
Yeah.
Last Supper had 12 people. This had 18 people. Last Supper didn't have a blue god named Dionysus fucking showing his cock off.
Yeah.
A lot of different things happening. And he goes, Andrew Tate even got mad and he's a Muslim. I said, are you, Andrew Tate got mad? Whoa, and I guess that's where we're taking our moral fucking compass from.
Andrew Tate.
I go,
Hustle University kid.
What are we talking? He goes, he's a multi-billionaire. I said, on what fucking planet is he a multi-billionaire?
He's
Maybe
also a
like,
fucking scam artist.
yes,
Yeah.
I go, he has a voice in an audience. He goes, so do you. I said, exactly, and I'm full of shit.
I forget where I heard it. Like it was a podcast or something I was listening to about Andrew Tate. They were talking about it. It's like the funny thing is that like if you go into the Hustle University, it basically tells you how to like resell shit on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like the guy's all he does is preach like get out of the matrix. It's like but get on Amazon and
Yep.
fucking resell
Buy
this
my
dumb
shit.
soap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it reminds me of, you know, you've seen the movie Euro Trip, right?
Yeah.
And they take like their last $7 to some Eastern European country and they buy a hotel and that's how rich he is in Romania.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got 40,000 American. He's a fucking zillionaire over there.
Yeah.
You're in fucking Romania making YouTube videos. You're not, Andrew Tate's of course he's fucking protesting.
That's like, dude, that is one of the most. I was actually talking to a client of mine today whose daughter's also randomly going to South Carolina. We're going to be down there at the same time, so we're going to meet up. And he's like, "Get anything down the Mid Atlantic?" I'm like, "We do stuff down there once in a while. I place construction executives." And he was like, "I'm like never going to be able to retire. This guy must make. He lives in New York, but he must make. My guess, I'm guessing he makes a few $100,000. You know what I mean? He's a project executive at a very big company." And he's like, I'm not going to be able to fuck it. It's like, dude. And it's like I saw another guy post that I know through work, and he was like, just paid my first tuition bill, and like basically like nobody's, unless you are loaded,
Yep.
right? Like, and I mean, I have a couple friends that have done very well for themselves, but like in general, my friends that I run with are in similar circles to myself. Like, you're just going to rip off $57,000 for fucking college this year, you know what I mean? Like, and then send 2 other kids or whatever you got. It's fucking ridiculous.
I have a really good plan for that.
Yep.
My daughter went
It's called a ladder.
yes, went to the University of Southern Maine to visit it. Loved it.
That's great.
Yeah. I won't let her look anywhere else
I think that's a good move.
because I can get residency in Maine because of my house in Maine.
Yep.
And I'm going to move to Maine as soon as she goes to college permanently.
Yep.
And sell my house down here. So her tuition's like $12,000 a year. It's fucking beautiful.
Well, now you move into the house that you have up there now?
Yeah. When I built that, the plan was to move there and stay there.
How
Nice.
long do you have to live there before you get residency?
My wife's going to be moving there soon.
Yeah.
The second
Perfect.
she starts school at the tech, my wife's going to change her license and change her permanent address, and
Nice.
maybe
Well-
we'll be separated. I don't know.
Dude, well,
Yep.
that's the funny thing is when we were looking at this, my wife was like, well, if we buy a place down there, and even if, you know, we could get residency and it would be fucking whatever, 19
You
grand
do
or
the
something.
math, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who you fuck talking to. Like, do you think I'm just sitting here with like, oh, I didn't know what I was going to do with this 90 grand. I didn't know.
They're
Like,
90 killings.
yeah. Good thing you came up to me with this fucking great idea because I was actually just going to like look at it the whole time. You know what I
Think
mean?
about buying a fucking Challenger SRT or something.
Yeah,
you know, maybe a fucking
exactly. Get a
Hellcat or
Raptor.
something.
You know, get a Ford
yeah.
Raptor.
Nice, yeah, Raptor. You
Be a
look good
real
in
fucking
Raptor.
man, you know?
Yeah, tint the windows nice and dark, look stupid.
By the way, I think, I don't know if I told this story on the I don't think I did, but if I did, fucking whatever. I was talking about how me and Kev Meyer, my buddy, went to a concert the other night, and I pulled out, and I have a Silverado, no big deal, Fitzy.
Saw it out
And,
there, it's pretty
yeah,
sweet.
you guys, we're all big truck
I
guys
thought
here, you
that
know?
was Fitzy's, but I realized he Ubered here. I'm like, wow, fucking
Yeah.
Silverado City over here. This is great.
Big time. And I pulled out for this guy, just let me go, and I'm like, I think people look at trucks like this. Not all people, but some people don't have them. They're like, that guy's probably an asshole, so I shouldn't fucking cut in front of him.
Yeah.
And then I was telling that story, we pulled up to a light, and some guy came through on 2 wheels in a beat up old Silverado and just fucking went right through the red, shit face, and just looked at me and goes, and I'm like, that's a real truck guy.
That's
right
right.
there.
That guy
That's a
gets
fucking,
trucks.
that guy fucking really does it. You know?
People don't give a fuck about my truck. I get cut off all the time.
Really?
Yeah. All the time.
I'm sad for you.
You know what's funny
Yeah, it's
about that?
fucking brutal.
So I drive also a big, small penis truck like you two do.
Yeah.
And I also do a big, giant trailer behind it for work. And I'm the last one you want to cut off because all those momentum and weight's coming. And
Oh, yeah.
I have
I know.
brakes, but they do them. I can't stop.
Yeah,
Cut
you
a,
get the
cut
huge-
a Lexus off.
Yeah.
Cut a
huge
fucking
trailer.
sedan off.
Yeah.
I just have to interject real quick, and I've been thinking this for a long time. I've never brought it up to you. You should change the name of this podcast to the Name Drop Podcast or my buddy ... podcast. Because if there was a Pulling the Code drinking game podcast, when Brenda Ahern says my buddy and name drop someone,
Boom.
It is got to be 30, 40 name drops.
Oh,
an episode.
100%.
And I think to myself, like,
100%.
and it's a good way to keep listenership and
Well,
viewership up
it's-
because you talk about people that
Yeah,
might
I
be
mean,
listening.
it's and like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like when me and Danny started it, I'm like, I don't care if anybody listens to this. I'm just gonna do it the way I want to do it.
Sure.
So speaking of name drops, here we go. So,
all right.
you got a story that goes with us, Fitzy. So Monday morning, I have a banger of a week of as Andy is a professional golf tournament player, scramble player. Usually I'm sitting there at my desk fucking humping phone calls and I see him fucking in his flip-flops. I'm like, fucker.
On Monday I was.
So Monday I played a tournament and we're in there and like Josh the Ironwork is with us and he's like playing awful. He's gonna listen to this and he knows this is true. And he keeps being like, kid, I'm getting dialed in. I'm just starting to get dialed in. And Dave goes, my buddy Dave goes, nobody can repeat a joke as many times as Josh, but it gets funnier. And all of a sudden, 130 yards out on like the second last hole, the kid fucking smokes one in fucking for eagle. So
Hold out.
Yeah,
You
hold
just
out.
chipped out the other day, too.
I just did.
yeah, so go ahead.
yeah.
Fitzy.
I think, didn't I tell it on Patreon anyways? Either way, I was at Crosswinds down in Plymouth, and my
pardon me.
sand wedge was the biggest fraud the whole entire day. And then all of a sudden, I'm buried in a bunker, 73 yards from the hole, 15 feet below the hole, shooting up at a blind green.
Okay.
And I fucking hit it exactly perfect.
You trusted yourself.
And it just, my buddy Mike was standing over there and he looked to the left. He said it hit one bounce, backspun a little, and then just
Oh,
carried perfectly in.
fucking
He
spin.
said it was unbelievable, and it was the greatest shot of my life, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, besides having your kids.
I was actually just
Third-
loading
third
that
grade-
right up,
third
Ferg,
grade
before
shot
you,
of your life.
Ferg, before I could get it out of my mouth, you already had it. Clip that, by the way. Hey, can you pass me anything in that cool there?
I played on Monday, and I have a bum wheel right now. My knee's all sorts of fucked up. At the doctor yesterday, they told me to retire. It's pretty good because I'm 44 years old and I climb a ladder for a living. I don't have much of a 401k.
I'd seek a second opinion.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be called "Don't Listen."
Andy Ferg.
Yeah, don't fucking listen and cripple yourself. So ill-advised by me because my knee was fucked on Monday, fucked on Sunday, fucked on Saturday. I golf on Monday in a rainstorm, which is not good for the joints, obviously. And I couldn't hit an iron at all, and I couldn't figure it out. My driver was awesome
Yeah.
because I was controlled. Irons are too short. I'm too fucking tall, and I couldn't crouch because my knees all fucked up.
yeah.
I'm towing every fucking iron 30 feet to the right. My team's mad at me. I'm not supposed to carry the team, but I have to make a couple shots here and there. And my driver's useless because two guys on my team hit the ball just as far or farther than me. So, anyways, we stunk and didn't win. Fucking 8 under. Joke.
I got another one tomorrow. Me, Josh the Ironworker, his cousin Joe, who's been on the Patreon before.
Yep.
Jeff
What a
Bow's
fucking
buddy.
week for you, huh?
And dude, and you know what the worst part is? Like, I don't really have the time to take off right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking busy.
We
and I gotta
find
drive down
time for golf
We
tournaments,
do.
don't we?
We find time.
Yeah.
We find time. Everything's gonna be okay. I was thinking about this. I was looking up for. I don't know how I was on this today, but I looked at it. Said like 10 things to do in Boston this weekend. Right?
Oh, all right. I'm excited.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah.
First of all, the first thing says.
I already know I'm not going.
First thing says, enjoy free admission to 4 museums. The 4 museums are, first of all, they're not even in Boston. Historic Deerfield. That looks fucking awesome.
Deerfield, Mass?
Yeah. The Children's Museum of Greater Fall River.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the children's museum where they teach you how to use your fucking food stamps and
Must-
like
yeah.
do coke off a fucking fishing
Take,
Must
boat.
see.
take a bullet.
Yeah.
Turn.
The Worcester Art Museum, which sounds awful.
That's not Boston.
And the Edward Gorey House, which I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it stinks. Catch a free outdoor movie on the Rose Kennedy Greenway. That actually doesn't sound horrible.
Great place to get
It
shot.
says, then it says, sweat it out on the Greenway. Awesome. That sounds great. There's a fucking 130 fitness classes that are going to be free this weekend. Pass. North End Feast, that doesn't sound awful.
The problem with that is Italians.
This one's going to hit you, Andy. Ride the Lightning with Metallica. You're going.
I'm going on Sunday.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna
that's
sneak,
good.
I'm going to sneak into the mosh pit and fucking bury Jumptown.
Here's the other one. Attend a Roaring 20s lawn party. I'll tell you right now, if you attend a Roaring 20s lawn party, you are a roaring fucking zero.
You're a piece of
like,
shit.
Can you imagine being like, what flapper outfit am I putting on tonight? And I'm gonna fucking like a fucking string band there. Like, dude, there's
Settle the
nothing
fuck
good.
down, Gatsby.
What kind of drugs did they do back then? 'Cause
Well,
you
I
get
think
fucked up?
coke was legal.
Okay, so yeah, drink some fucking soda, get high as fuck.
I kind of feel like, you
drink
should be
some
able to just
whiskey,
do
beat
blow
a,
with this
beat a
thing.
woman,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
grow a mustache.
Yeah, the
Fuck
Roaring 20s with fucking just doing fucking 8 balls off everybody's fucking.
Because 1918 is when they ended prohibition, right?
Yeah.
So 1920, you could just do fucking coke and booze and
Yeah.
get fucking
exactly.
ruined. All right.
Attend a free classical concert at the Hatch Shell. I'll fucking pass.
Oh.
Never.
Who's playing though? I haven't.
Yeah,
Beethoven.
exactly. Some
A
Russians.
dog or a fucking person? Which
And that's about it. So I'm going to do what I always do.
not those things.
Crush bass. Don't do any of those things. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna drive north tomorrow and come home Sunday morning to go to the Metallica show.
I love it. So,
Although I do have
who are
tickets.
you going with your wife?
No, my kid.
Oh, nice. Your kid's wicked into music, right?
She is, and she loves going to concerts with me. It's like the last thing we have together.
Yeah, that's
you know.
kind of like, it's one of those things. You know, they say like, oh, you never know the last time you're gonna fucking pick your kid up. You know, they say that like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So routinely, I annoyingly will go up behind my 15-year-old, almost 6-foot son, and I'll just fucking snatch him up.
Yep. Get over here, little
Yeah,
bitch.
get over here, you little fucking piece of shit. But
Side
it's the
jab in the
same
head.
thing though. Like when you have those existing things,
Yep.
you're like, all right, I'll fucking do. Like I go to the movies with my kids all the time. I talk about that, which is perfect because we don't have to talk to each other.
Yep.
It's great. No life lessons are taught.
No.
How would you hear? You know what's funny is that like, maybe I should save this for Patreon. I was like at one point. Now my dad listens to this, so it's fine. And I don't remember a lot, so maybe this did happen. I just blacked it out of my memory. But like, I remember Maggie was like, "You should have that conversation about like the fucking sex conversation with Tommy." I'm like, "Yeah, I can figure it out. He's the fucking internet." Like, I didn't have the conversation. We didn't have the fucking internet. So like, if I figured it the fuck out,
Yeah.
it's not a very difficult thing to figure out. You know what I mean?
Input output. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
simple. You know?
yeah. It's a fucking pretty simple thing.
Learn to control what happens in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure it out. You'll feel the sensation. Put it somewhere else.
Crack stick till somebody else lets you do it. You know, with them. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
fucking both.
Yeah,
Best
exactly.
of both worlds.
The
Hell,
fucking-
why
yeah.
limit your audience?
Yeah, then go fucking beat up a girl in the
I had
Olympics.
a kid I went to high school with that asked me if I enjoyed watching tranny porn. I'm sorry, trans porn. I said, I never thought about that, Paul. I mean, he goes, "What's the best of both worlds, right?" I went,
Paul.
I never thought about it that way either. Now Paul's married to a woman with a child, and I don't think they know. I'm not sure if anyone knows that that young man was thinking best of
So
both worlds.
I think about this all, like not all the time, but like I think about the fact that
he
like
was just a kid figuring it out.
you think about, yeah, it's like you see like you know everybody has their whatever they're into. And I've heard you say it before. I'm no kink shamer, right?
No, of course
Do
not,
whatever the
no.
fuck you
No,
want
of
as long
course.
as it's legal. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck, right? I wouldn't think less of you now. Most people keep this stuff. But the one thing I'm always like is like the pain domination type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who the fuck likes this, but I probably know a few. Do you know what I mean? Like who fucking love it.
Undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who just wouldn't. I mean, if I was into that,
Of course, they're not going to fucking tell you.
no. Hey, you
Tell
know
the
what I
right
love?
person.
You know, like I love big tits. No, you know what I love? I like getting a ball gag in my mouth and
Yeah.
some girl beating the shit out of me.
Hot wax on my nuts.
There's one of the strippers from one of the cabaret shows we did talked about stomping on guys' nuts.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
They
wild
paid
to
for
me.
it.
did that even like that? That doesn't feel good though. So I don't understand.
I don't.
Hurts.
Yes, it's supposed to. I don't. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's
That's
my
why
thing.
cups were invented.
Do you know that I know and you know more than one person that's into bully shaming as a kink?
What's that?
Where you treat someone like shit verbally and make fun of them?
They like to be shamed, or they like
One
to
of
do
them, I
it.
know one of them likes to do it and one of them likes to get it.
And we know this for people.
Yeah, we do. We do know those people. We do.
And their names are Brendan Ahern and Matthew Fitzmaurice.
Plot twist, Brendan's the bully.
Fitzy,
Poor
you shut
Maddie.
the fuck up, Fitzy.
I'm in the
Till
corner
you
with
get him an
a,
asshole.
I'm in the corner with a
Get back
diaper
in the
on.
fucking dog cage.
Pulling that sad
Get
thing.
back in the dog cage.
It's gonna get hard, you pussy.
All right, let's talk real quick about a couple things. First of all, let's just do a quick ad. I'm sitting here with a leather fucking ledger for all the names of the people I hate, right?
Yep.
And the names who I know are down with bully porn so I can look them up.
Yes,
I got this
You got the wallet.
right
I get
here.
the belt. The belts are fucking unbelievable. We got 20% for Corkers,
Yep.
right? Is it Corker or Corkers?
All caps, Corker.
There you go, Corker. 20%. Get your belt. Get your gun holster. Get your fucking dip holster. Get your fucking whatever. I don't think they do ball gags. But we'll
They're
talk
not
to them.
doing S&M stuff yet?
No. Great people. By the way, I was talking to my buddy Dave Blanchard. He's like, he's the coach of Reading. He's like, is that Chris Angelini? He's like a great kid.
Sure
he's
is.
He's like played for me. Awesome fucking kid. Chris, he said you should have kept with baseball.
So I just, it's just not to ruin your ad, just to interject.
Yep.
Any belt can be used in S&M.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
Yes.
they may not be intending it, but,
Yeah. They also sell dog collars. All right. AmericanBranchcraft.com. Use the code Corker. You want 20% off. Listen, I want to see your pictures. Like Jim Sully, who's on Instagram and is part of the Patreon. He fucking already owned like that awesome bag they sell, like for all his tools.
Yeah.
So listen, if your guy works in the fucking trades, this is a belt that's gonna last, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, AmericanBenchcraft.com. Go see them. Go talk about it. All right, now let's just get into this. So the funny thing is, me and you were having a beer together not so long ago, maybe like March. We were up at Wandering Soul, had like that pop up.
yeah, the outside thing.
And I got a advanced Nighthawk and Dragon that time. By the way, shout out real quick, Dave Panette, Twisted Fate. He gave us a bunch of beer for this tonight. They have the Finally Something Cool. They're in Danvers, Mass, right next to Guitar Center. I think it's 120 Andover Street.
I don't
think.
read those things.
But
Walmart.
this is a free ad. But Dave and I are going to J-Rad on fucking Saturday. I'm going to be partying with Dave. Anyways, great guy. So we were having a beer together, Wandering Soul event, and you go, I can tell you when you joined the page. And I'm like, can I guess? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, I think it was like probably early 2019. You were like, it was like April of 19 or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, you own and run the North Shore Beefs Facebook group.
Yes.
You own obviously the Instagram. Anything
Yes.
North Shore Beefs you own.
Yes.
Right? Now,
Trademark pending.
we have talked about North Shore Beefs on this fucking show ad
Lots.
nauseum.
Yeah, lots.
It's my favorite. Talk about things with your dad or whatever, your mom.
Yeah.
My dad taking me to Full Bowl was like fucking like we're going to Disney World for like a family that wasn't ever going to Disney World that much. I did go once, but like that was my Disney World. It was like we're going to they'd be like Papa Gino's. I'd be like that's fine, but I'm like when are we going back to Full Bowl? So I've been in the game, been eating beefs like a North Shore piece of shit since I was probably 8 or whatever. I think it is by far it's my favorite sandwich. There's not even a question of what I would have. Deathbed meal would be on there. The game has risen, obviously, but so I think it's pretty funny how the page started because this is a big page. How many people are on it now?
40,000 Instagram. 40,000 Facebook, 26,000 Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
Plus the Facebook, I don't know, fucking 60,000 something. I don't know. A lot of people.
It's a lot.
TikTok,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
We get it everywhere.
Yeah.
Spreading
So
the
how
beef.
did you start it?
You want the story of the exact moment I started?
I know it, but
okay,
go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
give
going
it
to
to
tell it. I'll give you the backstory real quick. There was a page that sounded like North Shore Beefs that kicked me out because I was telling the truth about certain things. They didn't like that I was
Can't
interfering with
fucking
their-
handle the truth.
Yeah, Their advertising and their influential
Yes.
ways of doing things. North Shore Eats, Greg Bates, go fuck yourself. And I said, what would be hilarious is if I start a page dedicated to roast beef sandwiches. And at the time, I was arguing on Facebook with my friends about roast beef sandwiches. And my mother actually texted me and said, can you please stop filling my Facebook feed with roast beef sandwich bullshit? Like, all I see is you arguing about land and sea and laundies. So on one faithful Sunday morning, hungover as fuck, October 14th, 2018, while taking a shit in Maine, no less, I hit the create group button and started inviting everyone I was arguing with about roast beef sandwiches to join the page. And it got big-ish quick. Like you start these pages, getting 1,000 members is a big deal. Getting 2,000 members, whatever. We get 1,000 in a fucking hour and a half. And I didn't realize everyone, because it was always hyper-regional to me growing up. I knew my places. I just never thought to myself that every city has the same place that I loved or they loved. Everyone has their own place.
Sure.
Like it got so big so quick for that reason, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like me.
Well, I'll say this too. The funny thing is if I really think about it, there's two questions I have for you that I got loaded up. But the first thing I'm going to say is what the page did. First of all, it's blown up the beef game. It just has.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, for example, I would never, ever think to drive up to Bella's were it not for this page.
No one would.
Right? Because I would just be like, I'll go to Billy's.
Yeah.
Or go to fucking Liberty Bell. I'll deal with what I got.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes I'll get a great one. Sometimes I won't. Right? It elevated the game and it made people aware. People who love roast beef, it was like my roast beef life was just like, okay, there's a place that's within 4 miles of my house. So that's where I'm going to go. Whereas now, like we drove up to Londy's to meet with Nick Riley, whatever. Right? So one of the questions I have for you is this. Let's take Billy's, for example.
Yep.
Billy's, for people at home, is the Melrose Wakefield line located beefery. One of the OGs. Like,
yeah.
I was like just a fucking pig and shit to grow up
They
next to
are
the place.
one step away from Bill and Bob's.
Yes.
In the 6 years of Bill and Bob's game I can play.
Yep.
They're one off from Bill and Bob's.
Okay.
Billy worked at Bill and Bob's.
Okay,
For
there you go.
Fernandez.
So, and for the people who don't know at home, which we've talked about it, primarily, at least originally, these places were all owned by Greek people,
Yes.
right? Now there's Albanian in the game.
Yes. Lots
Right?
of them.
So, do you think a place like Billy's, and by the way, I did a review there, I think in like March, got a great beef.
Yep.
But they don't always throw out heaters.
They serve what they have.
They serve what they have. Do you think they actually went a little downhill, or do you think the game went up?
Tiny bit of both.
Okay.
The game definitely improved and they got left behind. But here's the thing that the children, the 20-somethings who only know what they get now from Londy's, Bella's, all these newfangled places.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up in the trenches eating the gray beef with
Yeah.
tons of flavor, which I still love.
Me too.
I went to Land and Sea for lunch today.
Yeah.
It looked like shit. It looked like it was smaller than a fucking McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It was delicious. Every bite was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I grew up on that. And I think a lot's been lost in the translation when it comes to what we want and what we're getting now. And places like Bella's have figured out the balance to get the flavor back.
Yep.
But you lose a ton of that flavor when you trim it all off.
Sure.
So very few of the new school places are doing the old school beef. And it's hard to find the place that can pull it off. Bella's, Londy's, they can do it. The guy in Pepperell, C&S,
Yep.
he's doing it. Kid in Burlington, Pizza's doing it.
Yep.
Kid in Burlington, Nick's, they're all doing it. But when we first started the page, Billy's was top 3 for me.
And I will say this too, like, and I probably is because this show is sponsored by Bella's. We'll get to that. That said, it's because I grew up on these beefs. I grew up on Full Bull and then Billy's.
Mm-hmm.
When I got that good Billy's in March, I'm like, I could die right now.
Yeah.
Somebody could walk up this car, put a bullet in my
Yep.
head, and I'd be fucking fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be happy. Now, the interesting thing about the page, I think, is as interesting as the whole, as the actual subject matter and all that, is that this page, this is what I like about shit like this. The page, this podcast, Beef's page, whatever, Beef's group, is it's like created all these relationships of people, right? So it's like me and Fitzy never know who the fuck each other are if it's not for.
I wouldn't know Fitzy.
Yeah, if it wasn't for this page.
Nope.
Right? None of us would know each other.
Nope.
This is all due to basically the Beef page.
There's only one. So Fitzy's one of the moderators in the group.
Yep.
What moderator admin? One of the inner circle members
Yep.
of the group. And
No big deal.
I wouldn't know him. And I'm looking. If I look at that list of people that right now help me run the group, I only knew one of them outside of the Beef page, and he literally has the least input by a mile. We keep him in.
He's the best.
He's a mascot. He's a great, smart kid.
Yeah.
He definitely has a syndrome of some kind that affects his
Little-
ability to be
I think
social.
I know who we're talking
A
about.
little tism.
I don't know. I don't know if you do. He didn't even talk. Brian Doherty, love him.
Yeah, I don't think you know.
no,
Yeah.
He's a great kid.
That's even worse. I look at somebody else.
I've known him for. I knew him. Like his sister is married to one of my best friend's brothers. We've interacted for years throughout things. His wife was the first ever page member, and he was one of the first moderators. Again, I don't even give him any power. I don't listen when he talks.
He's a great dude though.
Yeah.
So he gave. I know him 2 months.
Oh, he's an awesome
And he
guy.
goes, hey, anyone of you need a bike for a little kid? And I was like, if no one else needs it, I'll take it because my son's learned to ride a bike. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He met me.
Yep.
He's like, here, Fitzy, take this bike, and fucking. It
Yeah,
was
he's-
awesome.
he's an
Yeah,
awesome
he's an awesome guy.
Well, here's the other thing about that group, though, is that, like, this is what I liked about the cornhole community we had, like, with the doghouse was very similar. Like, they all are, like, in it for each other.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is like, first of all, if you haven't been on there, I think you've got to have been on there if you listen to the show all the time, because I'm sure you've been on there. But it's no holds barred. I mean, it's like the first time I did a review, I got fucking murdered, absolutely murdered. I got murdered, and I was like, holy fucking shit! Like I didn't even know it, but you live another day, right? You come back. But everybody that is on there, somebody needs a fucking, somebody's getting the apartment burned down or whatever. You ran a thing. Like you've run so many fucking things through that for charity.
With Danny, we raised a ton of money for.
Shitload of money.
Yeah.
That's how you and I met.
Yeah.
Was that we were doing a thing for him too.
Yep.
And you raised like 16 times the money we made.
Well, I mean, I'm a big deal.
Well, that's obvious. Yeah. Everybody knows that about you. Everybody's saying it. But like people like donating snowblowers and shit. I remember
That's right. They give us
remember that?
Yeah, they did. I don't have money, but I have a snowblower. He's like, hell yeah, I want a snowblower.
Yeah,
Of course.
Danny, I don't think Danny's using a snowblower.
I'll sell it.
But that's what's good about the page is that the page has, like, my buddy Benuzzo, he asked me like what I like about this podcast, what I'm trying to do with it. I was like, I like community.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I don't give a like. It would be great to make some money off this at some point, right?
Sure.
Just enough to get your time back, maybe. But the bottom line is the community that it builds and the things that we do with it. You know what I mean? And the things that like you're able to go up. It's like, dude, when I go up to Twisted Fate and play, I'm pumped to do up there because I'll see McGrath and fucking Chabak. You'll come by and Fitzy comes by or whatever, right? And like the only thing, Kanye, the laugh machine, one of the best laughs of all time. But like, and the only thing I'm bummed out about is I'm like, man, I really wish I wasn't playing so I could just hang out with the boys. But like Mark Chabak at his birthday party, and like we all got invited to it. We're all really good friends at this point.
Yep.
And like that doesn't happen. And dude, I love when somebody gets on that page and they just like don't know what they're getting into, but they're like, this is a way I'm gonna like kind of promote myself or something. And then it's just like the pitchforks just fucking and the flames start getting lit to the torches. And everybody just starts coming and it's like, uh-oh.
It is mob mentality. So when I was new, I posted Jamie's had just opened. I posted a review. I went to Jamie's. Jamie's slicer was down. So we left and went to Tessie's, and I rated Tessie's, but I shit on Jamie's in the thing. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I got demolished. I deleted the post.
Yep.
Really?
I deleted my own
Whoa.
post because of how bad I got fucking demolished.
And Ferg could see, you could see when somebody deletes
I
that.
texted him first.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I was like, hey, you can pull that down. He goes, it's your funeral. He's like, I'm not pulling it
You
down.
figured hit those three dots, pal. Not my problem. Either kill yourself or delete it. It's up to you. And that's a double-edged sword, though, because if you do a good job, the applause, the fucking flowers you get, people love you. But if you fuck up, it's a
thin line,
It's a thin line you get to toe.
It is.
And all it takes is one fucking typo, or one blurry picture, or a French fry being focused on instead of the fucking beef, or using an acronym backwards. And you get fucking wrecked. And I love it. But it also, when I started the page, it wasn't meant to get big. It was started as a ball-busting roast beef page meant for me and my friends.
Yeah.
And then everyone adopted the personality of the group.
Yes.
Early, and then it's just this juggernaut that everyone's a fucking asshole, but they're also really awesome.
Yeah.
And really not like yesterday morning, that woman, so Al Delano's dog just passed, and it's a whole thing.
That sucks. Al,
and
classic. One of the best caucus.
This woman, Danielle, does not know Al, just knows him through the page. And likes him in a non-sexual way, just loves Al through the page because Al's awesome. If you don't like Al, you're a fucking asshole.
You're fucking, you got a dump in your pants.
Yeah. And she says she woke up that morning thinking about Al and his dog and said, I'm going to go out and have a Beefin tribute to Dodger, Al's dog. And normally that gets deleted immediately because fuck you and your stupid story. But I'm like, Al's awesome. Let's see how this goes. And it went fine. She got a little shit, but just a minor shit.
Yeah.
A little bit nice go fuck yourself, which is like saying thanks, I love you in that page. But it was like, that's this woman who doesn't know Al, just knows him through reviews and his personality on the page, woke up thinking about him because she knows him through the page.
Yeah.
Is it weird?
It's wild. It is weird.
But it's still cool.
It is cool.
Well, I think it's funny too because it's like there's certain people on there that like aren't gonna get, in general, regularly aren't gonna get teed off on, right? Obviously, you'll get like some cute comments from your buddies being like,
I get called fat on a regular basis by one person.
And Fitzy will get like a little, but Fitzy doesn't get much at all.
No,
Fitzy's-
Fitzy does pretty well.
Everybody loves Fitzy, dude. It doesn't matter. By the way, Fitzy wins every draft.
Since that test he's
everybody is Fitzy.
He's learned a lesson that day.
But I did. I think the last one I did was Billy's, and I was on a side street. I forget what I was talking about, but some woman wrote, "That's the most self-deprecating beef review I've ever heard." So I think my defense mechanism was like, "I'm gonna shit all of myself,
My
so you
dick
can't
don't
even do
work,
it."
I'm broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking fat, stupid.
But
balding.
dude, I'll tell you right now, it's funny because it's raised the game. This page has raised the game of beef, right? And so they do Beef Madness every March.
Yep.
Right. By the way, if you're not on the beef page, don't show up beefs. Right.
No should beefs on Facebook
Well,
and Instagram.
real quick, before to your point, now, I know you had some recent interaction. I'm an F Buddies listener, by the way. Check out F Buddies podcast. That's Andy's podcast. You had some recent interaction with one Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, he finally answered me.
Yeah, so but even before that, what I wanted to say about that was, people are going at him in the comments like, this place sucks. No, the place do suck. But if you don't beef a lot,
No, why would
and
you
you
know?
got a fucking Alex in Tossfield or whatever, whoever he was.
The most recent one was Samad's.
Samad's,
And,
yeah.
and again, if you're out in California or down in Florida for fucking years and years, and then you come back up here and you hit Samad's,
Sure.
it's gonna slap.
Yeah.
Fucking be so
It's
good.
gonna be a
It's
delicious
going to be
fucking
so much
North
better
Shore
than
beef.
anything you've had.
Yep.
But for all the people that follow the page, now everyone on North Shore Beefs probably follows Barstool Sports,
Of
right?
course, yeah, that's
so
an
now
easy
they
flip
see
over.
that review, and again, immediately when someone's doing a roast beef review, the page comes out.
Yeah.
So everyone went at Portnoy
tagged
in those.
so many
he
times.
got hit up. Yeah, and he got.
Nobody goes
ruined.
hotter
So I
with-
feel like
than-
that's why he finally
Yeah.
reached out, because the people went crazy. Don't you think?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he literally asked me in the private message, why is everyone mad that I called it a big beef? And I said, because people are fucking stupid and didn't grow up eating this sandwich and don't know big beefs were once the thing.
Yeah.
They're also regulars, they're also larges.
King
beef.
Some places did King beef.
King was still, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't always called a super. Some places called it a big. It didn't always have an onion roll. It
Yeah.
wasn't all unionized, pretty much.
Yeah,
Sure.
uniform.
Yeah, it's now that every place is a place to go see what someone else is doing. Because if you owned a shop in 1994 and your entire life was making these sandwiches, it's all you did. You didn't have a fucking Facebook page to see what someone else was doing. You weren't going to someone else's place. You made your sandwich your way, and if you made money, why change?
Yeah.
It never changed. Yeah.
Yeah. So if now you have this forum where people are actually giving you free feedback, free market analysis as to what they like, what they don't like, what bun they like, you can start focusing better to make it better.
Yes.
Now the places that are smart do that. Bella's is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
think Harry
Yep.
was slinging what he's slinging now when he was in South Boston at
No.
Liberty Bell.
No.
He's a fucking mad scientist. The
Yeah.
stuff. If you've ever been
Harry's
back,
competitive. That's his.
oh, he's so. when him and Pete, George. I'm sorry, George.
So they
from
were in the
Pete's-
finals of March.
They were in the finals of Beef Madness. They also came on the Cabaret Live show together, and they tried to be nice, and then just started shit talking each other. And Pete and George has a very thick Albanian accent.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's fucking not fresh off the boat, but he's not,
Yeah.
He also has braces.
Yes, he does.
So the words come out, drool, spit comes out, and and he can't. And he's yelling at Harry, "Fuck you! I'm going to win next year." And Harry's drunk, laughing at him, and it's just like this is. And the fact that happened,
It's
felt
awesome.
It felt like the movie Heat.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there with fucking the two people, like I'm
Patino
sitting there,
and fucking
I'm sitting there
De Niro.
going, "This is just like fucking Heat." And me and Mike just quietly sat there and let them argue. And then they sat together at the fucking pervert row, looking at strippers. I'm like, what a beautiful moment.
Two
you
men
know?
in the beef game.
I was
just
hoping
fucking
Ted Lonnie would have rolled in and made it a super three-way.
in
That
love
would've
his
been fun.
life.
Look what you did.
I know, I did that, yeah.
You
Yeah.
created this fucking
Yeah.
circus.
By
It's
accident.
awesome.
It's
They're
great.
good friends because of me, because I invited them both out to drinks after Beef Madness. Let's go get drinks. And they
Yeah.
both showed up and had a blast.
Yeah.
Dude, Harry's the best. Harry showed up to the
Harry always
to the
shows awesome.
to the Halloween party.
Yep.
He's been at like everything, and
He
like
came here.
He came to. He's been here multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got. I've gotten fucking wrecked with Harry.
Yeah,
lately.
Harry's
Oh, yeah.
fun. Has a good time.
Harry is Harry's the best. He did beefs. He catered the when we did the Patreon party.
Yeah.
He did all that. Dude, Harry's the fucking man.
So
But-
speaking of that,
yep. Go ahead.
Bella's
Do it right now.
North Andover, 1211 Osgood Street, bellasna.com. If you want one of the best beefs in the game, you got to get up to North Andover. Bella's is slanging some serious fucking beef. They just came out with the Professor.
Oh.
Dude, 24 ounces of beef, 6-inch onion roll, 6-inch around onion roll.
The 6 is a cross.
Yeah, 6 inches across
Yeah.
onion roll.
Yes.
Dude, he does the family tree, which is the professor,
Yep.
a super, a regular, and a junior stacked on top of each other.
Big knife through the middle.
Big knife through the middle. Chris Mohan did the professor in 11 minutes.
It's insane.
Fast, like he showed the whole video in fast forward, whatever
Yep,
it is. Like fast, I don't know how to do that on my iPhone. I think my iPhone's old.
No, you need to download an app called InShot.
Okay. So go visit Harry, go visit Sandra, 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover, bellasna.com.
By the way, real quick, this is brought to you by Misguided Spirits. Andy,
Yes.
I know you have people that come up to your place. By the way, I want to talk about this too. And they drink your beer, and they drink your alcohol.
They do drink my alcohol.
Misguided Spirits. All right, Big Bad James. By the way, do you see that neon? They're selling that.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Yeah, I'm getting one.
Yeah, that was
I'm
sick.
getting one for here. My guy James, Big Bad James, misguidedspirits.com. Absolutely one of the best guys you ever met in your life, one of the best businesses. And the guy's just been all over the place lately. I mean, his life is like a fucking just an endless party, right? He had ASAP Ferg,
Or
right?
Rocky. There's two of them. There's
Maybe.
ASAP Ferg and Rocky.
One of the ASAPs
I like Rocky better,
was
ironically.
at his like party the other night. Misguided Spirits. I like the crooked vodka. This is excellent.
Love it.
Right?
Yep.
It's at a price point that you can fucking afford too. You
Yeah.
can buy it online. You can get it at Ball Square Fine Wines. You get it at Malden Fine Wines. Misguidedspirits.com. And you could shop it there too. Ferg, this is for you, by the way.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
a gift for being part of the show.
A little crooked vodka, eh?
Yep, that's right.
I like vodka.
You can
I
get
like
crooked on
drinking.
that. There you go. Your
I like
wife
it-
was
I
going to
like
hate
it
my guts.
Drunk. That's okay. She hates mine already.
Oh, so I wanted to get into that. So off the beef for a minute. I listen to F Buddies every week. Usually I listen live. Usually I come in here, I put it next to a crooked vodka, prop it up, and I play Golden Tee for like 2 hours or however long the
Love
fucking
it.
show takes, right? Now you had some people visiting you recently who they don't like to bring their own beer.
I don't. Listen, I'm a cooler guy. I'm a huge cooler guy. I can see Fitz is a cooler guy.
Hell yes.
I know you're a cooler
You brought
guy.
a loaded cooler here with plenty of beer.
Yes. I don't go to a fucking child softball game without a full fucking cooler.
Yeah.
Not to drink there, just in case a party breaks out.
Sure.
I'm not that asshole who's going to the drink, but shit happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone says, I'd love a beer. Fuck me too. Let's have one.
I got him.
I was at a 5-year-old birthday party. This is 12 years ago. And my daughter went to a birthday party, and the hosts supplied some Sam Adams and some Bud Lights. And I think the wife packed the cooler, and she did the math to just enough to have the party
Yeah.
and get her the fuck out of there. Me and the husband are sitting there shooting the shit, having a good time. My wife's having fun. Handful of us left. She was, oh, we're out of beer. And I could tell the look in her eye. This is her plan.
Yeah, she's like, let's go.
And he goes, I wish we had some more beer. I said, it'd be a shame if I didn't have a cooler full of beer in my truck. He goes, you do? I said, I don't ever leave the house. Fucking wheeled it in, 36-pack of Bud Light, 12-pack of fucking Sam Summers right on top, full ice.
Wife shooting
Wife
daggers.
hates me, never
Yeah.
talk to me again. We don't hang out with these people. Anyways, I'm a cooler guy.
Yeah.
Up north, these people that are friends, they're family, my wife's family, friends, they steal all my fucking drinks.
It's brutal.
And it's like, oh, fine, one time you don't bring enough beer. You come up to Maine on a Saturday morning for a holiday weekend with a 12-pack of beer and 3 bottles of wine, and it's 2 people. It's now 4 o'clock, your beer's gone, your
Yeah.
wine's in the fridge at home. We're
Yeah.
at the lake. Now it's Andy's got a 36-pack in there, because I do.
Yep.
And then it happens the next day, and the next day, and the fucking next day, and then at night. Every night. Someone came to my house with a fucking bottle of ginger ale. Goes, you got vodka? Of course I have fucking vodka. Yes, I have a full bottle of Tito's. Feel free to crack it fucking open. You don't want vodka anymore? Do I have bourbon? Of course I have fucking bourbon. I'm a disaster.
Dude, my Josh has a great story with this where he had a guy come to his bar, and it's a girl who's married. It's a guy who's married to a friend of his wife's, and the guy's like, "I'll just do the invitation that we always do of him," and the guy was like, "He's like, Josh was drinking a Heady Topper. Somebody had given him one. He's like, He's like, Heady Topper. He's like, got any more of those?
Oh,
Josh's
that's
like, no, I got
aggressive.
a Budweiser. And he goes, nah. And he's like, what kind of fucking asshole turns down a fucking beer? Like, what kind of fucking dickhead? Now, I'll say this.
Never would I say no to that. I'm not that guy.
No, I'll say this. I'll never forget it. It was like the like you learn a lot of important lessons from your dad, right? And I never forget, I was at my sister had was renting a place in Southie. This is like, I was like 21, 22. Went there, my family would go, and then she would have this big Christmas party. And it would be like a half shit show, half some family members. These two dudes walk in, and my father goes, "Look at these two fucks." He goes, "Nothing worse than a couple guys that show up with nothing more than a strong thirst." Like, and I'm like, he's like, "Don't ever
Classic.
show up fucking empty-handed."
Classic
Like,
TA.
like a gentleman.
Do you ever play slow pitch men's softball?
I did
Oh
not.
yeah.
Huh? You
Oh, yeah.
Did you know?
No.
Okay. Did you ever play the strikeout rule? If you strike out in a game, you owe a 30-pack the
Oh,
next game?
yeah.
Okay. It's a simple rule.
Yeah.
It's
What
a
is
ma-
it?
If you strike out in slow pitch men's softball, not a foul out,
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
swing
yeah,
and
yeah.
miss or call
Yeah.
third strike, you owe a 30-pack the next time you play,
Okay.
or that night if you feel like going out to get them. Now, my team had that. I ran the team. We had that rule for 20 years. And these fucking people who would strike out would show up the next day without beer. And how do you police that? You can't throw them off the team. You can barely field 10 fucking drunks to show up. But I'd always have a 30-pack because I'm going there to have fun.
Yeah.
And they'd nothing. My wife used to get fucking. She'd call them out. You struck out last game. Where's your fucking beer? I'm like, good for you. Mrs. Ferg's a fucking peach.
You gotta come with the fucking action. And I'll tell you right now, if especially in your situation, these people are guests of you.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, if you're a guest of any place, you better be providing some fucking value other than a couple of fucking jokes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I set them a trend a long time ago with a lot of people that I always will have beer. And if you forget your beer, in quotes, you forget because you're an asshole, guess who's going to supply? Daddy Ferg.
Yeah. So
Every
some
time.
people take full advantage of that.
Oh, yeah, it's not by. They're not going to not drink.
And honestly, Brendan has always said, "Don't bring anything here." I show up with
Yeah.
my own shit every
You
time.
bring,
I'm there.
you,
You know what I
if you
mean?
get somewhere and someone has something for you, like I walked in, you gave me an orange duct tape.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I'm going to take it. But
Yeah.
I'm not a shitbag who didn't bring beer,
Yeah.
and I'm going to reciprocate. I tried to give you one. You
Yeah.
switched to the premieres.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to give you the one Dave gave me to give you, so like I'm fucking touching my supply.
I'm still gonna take those. Of
course you will.
even if I take them
Yeah,
home.
of course. No, I brought those for you guys. I have my beer in the truck.
Now I keep a ledger, as we know.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of some is slow actually for like now the one agreement we have, like me and Josh, I don't bring anything to his place, he doesn't bring anything here.
Yep.
That's like a whatever. We both have bars, whatever. But there's like a couple guys that come here, and I always tell people don't bring anything. I'm like, I got a full keg, whatever, right? There's two guys that are in this neighborhood that like they without fail, every at least second time, will like I'll come out here the next day and there's a fucking 30-pack sitting there. And I'm like, that's fucking out of respect. You know what I mean? But I tell people, I'm very honest with them. I'm like, listen, I don't have a boat. I don't have a country club membership. I got this fucking bar. So, like, that's what some people spend their money on. I like you to have a good time. Do whatever you want. You want something, whatever. I'll give you a bottle or whatever. So, but I do think, like, if I'm going anywhere, I'm bringing some fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
If
always.
if it's a one-time thing, sure. But if it's every fucking weekend, it's like, all right,
Yeah, it gets fucking old.
pack a cooler. Oh, don't bring 4.
So back to beefs for a quick hot minute here. Do you think that, you know, you see how it works, right? Is there any place that's come on the scene recently that you're like, oh, that's like, they're getting your eye a little bit?
Yeah. There's one that's been on the scene for a few months now, but
Al just went there today.
Al went there today. Fitzy knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's Nick's Place in Burlington, which is a funny story because they own 2.
Okay.
They own Nick's Place in Lexington, Nick's Place in Burlington. The young kid who's about 19, whose dad owns both, he took over the Burlington location and learned very quickly that beefs are so important around here. If I want to be part of that scene and be part of that game, and also, I don't know if you know this about me, I'm a content whore.
Yes.
So yes, you can pay me to post on Instagram. I'll gladly take your money. But if I see a really awesome picture, I will also post it for free without asking you.
Sure.
Because I like to keep my Instagram page
Yeah.
active. So like when I leave here tonight, I'm going to post both of Al's beefs
Yep.
and talk about the mayor going to 2 places, destination, fucking greatest. And it's 2 places that I've never even considered getting much. You know, well, Nick's Place did sponsor the podcast briefly, but they left months ago. But like, they are slinging fucking heat every day. Everyone's talking about them. The kid who owns it's a nice kid. He does this thing too, which I like. When it's for here beef, he sprinkles pepper on the plate, so you know it's his. These places are doing these signature moves to try to make sure someone can't say it's theirs. And I'll give you the list of things I know about. All right. So you have, it's the place in Amesbury.
CNS?
No, Amesbury.
110.
Oh,
110. He takes the mayo and bukkakis the beef with it.
Okay.
He squirts it on there like fucking Peter North. And then Londy's is now draping onion rings off the side.
A couple of places
Yep.
are doing that now. Pete's was toasting the top of the
Yeah,
buns.
Peace does top toasting.
Yep.
This kid's now putting pepper on the plate.
Yep.
It's like all these places want to have their signature move so that someone can't say, I got this here, not there, because these people in this fucking, the owner community are fucking psychos.
Yeah.
Like, what's the place in fucking North Andover? Nicky's?
Yeah.
With those tall mushroom stack beefs?
Yeah.
They look like a fucking giant, like a Corona Premier can with a fucking
Yeah.
bun on it.
They
and
look
you
like
gotta
a
squash it.
nuclear bomb.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta squash it down, which is, again, it speaks to their insanity. As crazy as we are, they're way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These owners are fucking tapped, and I love it. I get messages.
To the point where people are posting unbent paper
Yep.
on a
Oh yeah.
stainless steel top,
Yeah.
which is clearly not on someone's table.
Sure.
It's back of the house
With a view of the tables.
with a view of the tables and a register, and it's like, this is a 10.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you just told your fucking
oh yeah.
This is-
delivery driver to post this for you?
This is
Literally
perfectly
happened.
leading into something else I want to talk about. So, now I follow a ton of food pages on like Instagram because I'm a fat loser.
Hot chicks and food.
Yeah.
Midgets.
So,
Midgets.
midgets.
People with Down syndrome.
And-
We got a good algorithm.
And bully porn.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
So,
Degrading porn.
here's the thing that makes this page a little bit of a unicorn, other than the fact that it's North Shore beef centric, whatever. Most of these fucking pages are for sale.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is 98, 99% of them are ways that people create the pages so that they can score with free gift cards, or they can be like, or that kid that was High Dick University, or whatever
He's
his fucking
fucking
name
Diesel,
was.
man. He's fucking Diesel.
He's like, I'll come
He
and
came
review
back
it
at
for
me
free.
yesterday with
Did he?
ROI.
What do you
Return
mean?
on investment?
Yep.
What does
Like
that
the
mean?
What the fuck does
ROI
that
this
mean?
place got. I'm like, you got a free sandwich, and you're like, nah. I don't
We're
do that.
talking about,
Do you
by
guys-
the
do you
way,
guys say
we
cunt
are
on
talking.
this show? 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's a cunt.
Yes. Yeah, you could say cunt.
Okay, good.
Cunt.
You can say whatever you want.
You say whatever
I'm
you want.
sure I've heard it. I just it's like a,
So that was referring to the kid I played the ad on the show, the
Yeah.
Diesel University ad.
Yeah.
I almost re-edited it so that every time he said slop, it said cock.
that's interesting. Huh?
Yeah, that's interesting. So, anyways, but because accidentally you started the page,
Yeah.
right? You are very protective of the page
yeah.
in the fact that like this is not for sale. Now listen, we're not gonna lie. You haven't paid for a lot of beefs lately,
I get,
probably.
I get a lot of free ones. Yeah.
Yeah, which by the way, you should. You're putting in
I don't
time.
ask for it. I just once in a
No,
while I
but
get one.
Here's
yeah.
the thing too.
Yeah.
These guys recognize you're helping the industry
Sure.
that they're in. You're putting in time to moderate a page that takes fucking time. So if occasionally you get a free beef
Sure.
or you get a favor from somebody, whatever, right? That's whatever. That's fine. But you are very, 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 very straight on like, I'm not fucking like, all right, somebody asks you on your regular personal page or whatever it is, which has a lot of followers too, will you go review this restaurant? I'll pay you. That's different.
Yep.
Right? Because that's like, sure. Yeah, I'll go to your fucking, I'll go to.
I like free meals.
Yeah, I like free
Yeah.
meals. My wife does too.
Yep.
Right? And it costs too much to go to dinner anyway.
Sure
But
does.
under the North Shore Beef's umbrella, you're
Yes.
not going to get a paid review to give a favorable score.
And I'd never that in that way, right? If you're a beef shop owner and you said, "Hey Ferg, I want to give you $300 to post on Instagram about my shop," I say, "Okay, what do you want me to say?" Say it's awesome. I go, "Nope." I will say it exists. You give me a good picture, I will post it. I will say, "Look at this."
Yeah.
That's the best I can do because I did not eat that sandwich. Or if I did, maybe it's one thing, but I'm never going to give it a score. Instagram is the wild, wild west to me. I'll do what I want, but it's never going to be an advertisement where it's like, I don't know, like I'm putting my fucking whole life behind this thing.
Well, you've
It's
had
gonna-
various a variety of these beeferys be sponsors for the podcast,
Over the years, yeah.
but I've never heard you once be like, try to say it's better than this, better than that.
Nope.
You were like, this is where they are. They make good
All right,
beefs.
ready? Ask me what my favorite beef is in the world right now.
What's your favorite beef in the world?
Zeno's in Ipswich.
Do you know how hard it was for me not to step on your dick and say I already knew it? Because that's a bad trait that I have inside of me.
Okay.
And
Now-
I know that is a fact.
Ask me another question. How
Okay.
much has Zeno's ever paid you or given you in free beefs over the years?
How much?
one free beef for my birthday 2 years ago. She's never once sponsored anything. I've never asked her. But again, a lot of places I don't ask, they ask me.
Sure.
She sponsored stuff for the golf tournament, and she's never said no to me. But
Yeah.
she's never paid me personally or
Sure.
the podcast, never paid for a review. I just think they're phenomenal, and it's my favorite shop.
Yep.
And she could, because they serve like the,
Did Zeno's used to be chicks?
yes,
Okay.
they serve this weird
get down
hybrid
at
of the
chicks
new
back in
school,
the day.
old school.
Yeah, it's a combination.
Yeah, where you're getting the roasty edge, but also the mad scientist shit, where you're getting like take a fucking Billy's and mix with a Bella's, which is where you're getting with Zeno's, and technically she's Billy's niece, so that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So that's the thing is, I am not for sale when it comes to my favorite. I'm for sale if I want to post something.
Sure.
Great. But I'm not going to say it's my favorite. That's a little something I call integrity.
Yeah.
That's why that fucking Diesel dick fuck came out.
Diesel
And
University.
he said, and when he said, I'll,
Big Andrew Tate guy.
yeah, fucking kid, clown shit. When the recording that we've heard, I don't know if you've heard it, but Fitzy's heard it definitely.
I heard about
I
it.
talked about it.
So
Yeah.
when he asked for, I will give you a favorable review if you compensate me the price of the beef, which sounds like fucking zoo behavior.
Yeah.
Read for the script more, you fucking zero. I'm getting your lingo now. I'm calling people zeros.
It's actually Kirk Minahan, so we're both stealing it.
So
fine.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm stealing from Rocky.
Yeah,
over here.
well, it also comes from, as I always say, it originally comes from the movie Bottle Rocket when he's like, they're playing the heist and he goes, I'm the star right here. You're the square in the car, and no, you're the square over here, and or you're the X, and he's like, Bob, you're the zero at the car. It's the fucking
But also
best.
calling someone a zero is always
It's
good.
unbelievable.
It's
yeah.
a top insult. But anyways,
Yeah.
this fucking kid is. I feel like I'm a gatekeeper of the community because I like all these owners, and I've never once said to him, "Hey, give me a free beef and I'll give you a free good review."
Sure.
So I don't do that. I review the sandwich I get, and I also don't. I've jumped on enough grenades in my life. I go to good places.
Yeah.
I don't go to Bella's expecting a bad sandwich, and if Harry sees me waiting, 'cause I don't wait. I walk in the back and say hi to Harry.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting a fucking banger.
Sure.
Fuck, am I supposed to get shit sandwiches?
Yeah.
I don't want them anymore.
Yeah, but
I'm
here's the thing
done.
too. It's like I've gone to Bella's before, and not even told Harry I was there. I just took my son up there, and like the girls at the counter, Harry's in the weeds.
Yeah.
And like, it's still fucking bangs.
Every beef
Oh, yeah.
Harry serves
You know what I
is
mean?
made, is made by Harry. It's going to be phenomenal. And if you want to know the trick to the whole fucking world, put someone who's making the sandwiches, make sure they give a fuck. The owner, the owner's son, the owner's husband. And you look around, most places that have the best beefs have like Ted Laundy won't serve a beef unless he sells it. Harry makes every beef unless
Yeah.
Sandra does.
Yeah.
Or someone else that gives a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't have a fucking. He like literally lives that life. Like, dude, I was like, well, you get Sundays off. He's like, Sandra's like, Sunday we go to the fucking food depot. We're
Yeah.
there all day. She's
Yeah.
like, and then at night, that's when you see him post a picture of like him having a cigar.
Drink, yeah, drink, yeah.
And it's just the people who give the most fucks have the best beef.
Yeah,
That's it. That's
Can
pretty simple.
I'm gonna tell a story that I think I may have told early on with Danny, but it has to be told, and I'm pretty sure this friend of mine doesn't listen to the podcast. If he does, I'm sorry, but this is a true story.
Sure.
So I had a roommate in college. I mean, a roommate in Southie. He was also a friend growing up. He texts me. He's like, "Yeah, our buddy Keith, who's out in Wisconsin. He's like, he went to the University of Wisconsin. He's like, he wants to start a beef shop out there, like this style of beef that we have here. He's like, I'm gonna quit my job and do it. He's got some money, whatever. I get some seed money from my dad. They go out there. They bought the trademark to Full Bull. They bought it from whoever owned it before. And
Thank God someone bought that because I've stolen that logo.
well, I'm about to fucking break your heart. So, anyways, they go out there and like nothing's really heard from them really, and like so I could tell it's not going great.
yeah.
They were out there for like a year and a half, and basically they went out. They went under, right? The best was the reviews were like, this fucking idiot behind the counter is fucking watching the Red Sox game. I'm trying to get a fucking beef, and like that beef stunk, and like the place just stunk, right? So they ruined the name of Full Bull.
Well, that's fucking great.
But I was like, dude, when he came back, he worked for me for a little bit, and I was like, dude, you lowered my opinion of you by doing that. Like, you took the name, the great name of Full Bull, and like, granted, and then the point I'm making here is that he told me, he's like, dude, I'm like, so did you meet chicks out there and shit? He's like, dude, I haven't been laid in 2 years. He's not a bad looking kid, right? I go, what? He goes, dude, me and him were the only ones who were working there basically at the end. He goes, dude, I would basically just get up, we'd go to the store, we'd get the shit, we'd work all day till 11:30 at night, We'd sleep for fucking 7 hours. We'd get up. He's like, I went to one concert out there. I didn't do anything. And I'm like, but now you make sense, right? Because when you go to Billy's, who's behind there?
Always, Billy, or fucking, what's his name? Socrates.
Yeah, Socrates or Billy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, no, like if you go there, Billy passed away, right?
Yeah,
Socrates
Billy,
is still
yeah.
alive.
Yep.
So if you go to Billy's, Socrates is back there.
Yeah, he is.
That's who's fucking back there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So also you should explain real quick that all this whole thing spurned off of like, these people are all somewhat related or they worked for each other at some
Well,
point.
so a quick history lesson was that so Kelly's originated it, that's who started it, but Bill and Bob's are the ones that actually got it to spread wider.
Yeah.
And at one point, Bob wanted to sell his portion of Bill and Bob's. Bill stayed on, and Bob sold his portion to a man named Nondis Laganakis, who was a Greek immigrant.
Fucking love that
Yeah,
name.
it's a great name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've worked
Nondis
Nondis
Laganakis.
Laganakis.
Is he the one that's the group
Yes.
picture?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he would hire Greek immigrants to work in his stores, and they would figure the game out. And this man he wanted to help the Greek immigrants grow when they got
Yeah.
here. He wasn't a selfish prick. He's like, okay, you've learned how to do this. Now go do it in Lynn.
Yep.
Go do it here. Go do it there. So if you look at this weird 6 degrees of separation with beefs, you can always trace a place back to Bill and Bob's. And someone one day says to me, do Jamie's. And that's a tough one. Because Jamie's was Matt Marquis, who originally started it, and he never worked at a beef shop before. He's a classically trained chef. Fucking chef.
That's like a really good chef.
Yeah, he's a super good
The
chef.
chef.
So I said, I can do that. And I said, okay, go. I said, all right. Matt Marquis started Jamie's with Ramsey from Ramsey's Roast Beef, his silent partner. Ramsey worked at Anthony's in Reading as the manager. Anthony's in Reading used to be a Laundy's. Ted Laundy worked at Chick's Roast Beef in Ipswich. Chick's used to fucking work at Bill and Bob's. There you fucking go, we got there. It's impossible not to get there from any shop except for further away ones. The further you
Like
get from...
George's up in Maine or...
That's a tough one, but also like Tessie's. I don't know where the fuck
Yeah.
Tessie's came from. It might have been, but like that's some Egyptian guy slinging fucking tall stacks. No fucking clue where he came from. Hell of a nice guy.
Yeah.
But no, I can't get there from there. But I can get to most shops from Bill and Bob's to get there. It's nice though because they like Landon C, Billy's, Nick's, and Beverly Original Nick's.
Yeah.
Zeno's, which she used to own. Her dad used to own Royal and Methuen.
Yep.
And his name is Zeno. He's the oldest of the family, so it's Zeno, Billy, and Nick.
Yep.
In the family. It's just, I don't know, it's just like it's this incestuous, beautiful thing where all these Greek families learned this trade and carried it on for generations, and all these places just exist now. What's ironic, though, is the Greeks and Albanians aren't the biggest fans of each other nationally. And that's who competes now in this game. And I was nervous when Harry from Bella's and George from Pete's were getting together because George is Albanian, Harry's Greek.
Yeah.
But then I found out George is married to a Greek lady, and he's in Greece right now, so it all worked out fine.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
It's just it's really an interesting little family tree where all these shops are intertwined, and you can connect the dots to where they all came from and got their start by one very generous Greek guy who taught all these
Which
places.
is amazing.
Yeah, and all these guys who, instead of seeing them as competition, he said, they're my countrymen.
Sure.
I want to help them. Again, do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll own Bill and Bob's in Central Peabody. You go open John's and Lynn.
Yeah.
And John's and Lynn is also connected to Boston Beefs by the Sea in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Pomodori and Beefy Boy's truck, because that's their dad.
Yeah.
It's just like all these fucking gross interconnected things that, like, they're all one clump of people.
Yeah.
It's fucking Greeks.
It's, dude, I mean, I'm very happy
I
to have
married
grown
one, so
up
I
in
can
this
say
part
that.
of this fucking country because,
Oh, yeah.
like, beef is,
Seeing Obbies.
dude. And here's the thing for the younger guys, like you said, who are on the page, younger guys, girls, whatever, who are like, don't put it in a fucking, eat it in house. That's the only way to do it. You rookie, whatever, dude.
Grow up.
In 1999, when I was landscaping, 99? Yeah. When I was landscaping for McNeely Landscaping, and we used to have a bunch of accounts out in Peabody, and you stop at fucking Land and Sea.
Yep.
Let me tell you right now, you'd be happy as a pig as shit to
course
open
you
up a
would be.
beef and out of the fucking paper, eat it in the fucking truck. Like long before you were like, don't let the fucking, the sauce makes the beef turn brown. What do you give a fuck? Eat it. It's good.
Close
It's
your
fucking
eyes.
phenomenal.
Yeah, no shit. If it's a tender beef and you just bite right through it,
Dude,
I don't give a fuck what color.
If you go to
it's
Mike's
delicious.
Yeah.
place in Saugus, which is hit or miss.
I like Mike's place.
They're good though.
I like
No,
Mike's
I
place.
like it, but I've had whatever.
Yeah.
I'd say
Here's the
they're
thing.
second tier.
Yeah, a still not banger from them is better than almost any other sandwich you can fucking buy.
It's
Yeah.
almost like the same. The pizza and sex, beefs and sex, beefs and pizza. They're all fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
There's no bad ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except with us.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
It's been a while.
Hey, you've been off, right?
I've
Good
been
for
off.
you.
You used to have a little. Problem.
It was a big problem for me.
Big quad problem.
Big quad. My wife used to work early, and I didn't work at the time because it was winter, and I was off for a bit. And she'd go to bed around 10:30, and I'd chug literally a quart of beer, almost every night for grins, and then order fucking 2 quads and a 10-piece, and sit there and watch TV till 2 in the morning.
Was there a time when you passed out and it was still there on the
More than
porch? Yeah, that was one of my favorite stories. You were like,
Yep.
I woke up this morning to the picture in my text, and
That's the worst. The DoorDash
the
picture.
cold bag sitting on my porch.
Yeah.
still
It was in
sealed.
February.
Did you
It
heat
was
it back up?
I tried, didn't work out too good. I actually had to hide it during the day. Came home, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do an experiment here because this feels like a waste. Because DoorDash fees are so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like a $6 fee and they double the price. All of a sudden you're for $25 fucking for a couple cheeseburgers.
By the way, you want to hear? You're talking about fucking Panuzzo effect on this show. Tommy's was sick a little bit. Maggie's gone. He's like, "You get me Burger King today." Addie wants McDonald's fries, so I do the double where it's the one on Route 1 North. There's a Burger King
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a McDonald's. I didn't get a fucking thing.
Good for
for
you.
you.
I didn't get a
Congrats.
thing. I made a fucking.
That's a hard dad
taco.
decision.
Hey, dude,
Oh, it's tough.
it was brutal.
Dad decision.
Dad tax is fucking easy to
But
fall
I knew
into.
That's such an easy triple
I haven't been
order.
drinking as much
Just
for the
triple.
show, and I knew you were coming on. I knew I was gonna have a couple beers, so save the calories for the fucking buzz.
Right.
All right, real quick, another sponsor. Ben Franklin Print Company. This is a shared sponsor
Made my
between
shirt.
between us and F Buddies.
Yep.
He does
longest
everything
running
for North Shore Beefs.
Yes, he does.
Right? Ben Franklin Print Company. Joe Ben Frank. Let me tell you right now, this guy's got an Instagram that'll get you revved up in the morning. He's like reads you a quote, then he tells you like why Donald Trump's the worst person in the world.
He's got some opinions.
Listen, I love him for that. Listen, as I've said on the show, whether or not I agree with your with the things you say, it doesn't matter. I fucking love you. I love Ben. Joe Ben Frank is a fucking dog. The guy makes some of the best fucking shit you've ever seen in your life. He has done everything for you, right?
Yep, always. Yeah.
He's done everything for us. So if you have, and like I said, this girl told me the other night, it's like permanently in a rotation because it's like the softest shirt she owns. I own a bunch of North Shore Beef shirts and hoodies. By the way, did I tell you? I think we talked about this, but either I left or somebody stole my James River one, so I put aside an XL for me.
I will.
978-624-7341. Tell them you were pulling the cork, I'll give you 10% off. Or tell them you were with F Buddies, or tell them we did North Shore Beefs. All that stuff is
Say
good.
them all. I got like 40% off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, say them all.
Fuck you, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. But Joe's
Stacking
the best,
discounts.
and yeah.
Only one discount per person.
Yeah, exactly. And Joe's the man. By the way, follow his Instagram. I think they're at Ben Franklin Printco on
There's underscores
Instagram.
involved.
Something like that.
Ben Franklin underscore Printco on Instagram.
Yeah, I got it right here. Hold on one second. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Did I get it right?
It just opened up. It just said Instagram. So they're at Instagram.com. No, at Ben Franklin underscore Printco.com. Way more than print. Those are our guys. All
He'll rock
right,
your
we're
casket
going to
for
draft
you.
bands here.
I'm ready.
Now, this is a big moment for me because I'm coming out as a big fan of bully porn. No, big moment for me because when Danny was just being Danny for a long time, like we can never do this draft because Danny only cares about like Jadakiss and like he doesn't.
walks.
Yeah, he's like DMX is the fucking best, you know. Now, listen, I'm up for all kinds of music.
Sure,
I
me
want to
too.
say that. Just like I am not a kink shamer. Whatever you like within reason, I'm okay with.
I will shame you a bit on certain things.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, do unto others as you do it yourself, right? Isn't that what they say?
So that being said, the Joey Boats draft where we drafted the chain restaurants, I fucking ruined you guys.
Yeah, you murdered us.
I ruined you guys.
That's why I stopped. Like, remember I had to buy that Scally Cap that time?
yeah, you can't bet. You can't bet. Facebook comes in and they're just like, Fitzy wins.
Fitzy,
Doesn't
Fitzy,
matter. They don't
Fitzy,
listen to the
Fitzy.
show. They don't even read
Who
the
picks
list. It's just like
Hooters?
Fitzy. Brendan.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? In the
Yeah,
50s
yeah.
still? I
Yeah.
grazed the post.
You know what killed me was that I picked Dave and Buster's, but I've never even eaten them. I picked the video
Just for the
games.
games.
Video games and beers. By the way,
But
a couple
this
people
one-
texted me on boats on the side.
Yeah.
And they were like, this fucking kid thinks he's better than Future. And he thinks that Ryan fucking Gosling's a fucking idiot or whoever was it, Ryan?
No, yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is an
Deadpool.
idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, who's this kid think he is? I'm like, he's Joey Boats.
He's
a
Joey
fucking-
Boats. He doesn't give a
He's
fuck.
a one of a kind.
He is
By the way,
awesome.
if you don't realize that he's trying to fucking semi-troll you on everything,
I agree.
Yeah.
Even I think his first pick, fucking Outback, I think that was bullshit.
dude, he
kinda.
picked Bugaboo Creek
I know,
third.
wild.
Is
Like,
there a Bugaboo Creek anywhere right now?
I don't think so. I
He goes-
remember it was
I go,
fucking
oh, that's-
Watertown, the fucking mall across from the
There was one at the
DMV.
mall in Denver.
That was
me
the
too
only
for a
one
minute.
I thought it
that was the
ever.
hardest I laughed on the listening back to the show was I listened to it and I go, he goes, yeah, Bugaboo Creek. You know, like he's like, yeah, you know, the fucking moose on the side. And I'm like, and I was like, oh,
You're like, that's a good pick.
I
He's
go,
like,
that's a
"It
good pick. He goes,
sucks."
that's the worst pick in the world.
Well, I think he must follow what Squill and Molgoth or North Shore Memes. One of those Instagram
maybe.
He
pages.
might, yeah, he might.
They do a lot of talk about Bugaboo
Oh, do
Creek.
they?
Yeah, it's like they obviously
That's
missed
funny.
Bugaboo Creek and they make fun of the Container Store.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's there now.
Oh, I saw.
we've talked about it before. We haven't talked about it in a while. You want to get some laughs? You're from North Shore. If you're a Beefs guy, you got to follow fucking Squirrel and Margo.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is fucking unbelievable.
He's
Those
a-
guys love the Beef page.
He's a longtime Beef Fruit member.
Yeah.
He's a Facebook Beef. He's just it's weird. He's a regular guy.
Yeah, he's like a
done a
fucking-
handful of reviews, not
Yeah.
a troll, but on Instagram he's a fucking rock star.
Oh my god, dude! It is funny how some people can be so funny, like with like written word type
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
But maybe they're just not funny. Like it's like Will Ferrell's hilarious on character, but he's just like a drip when he's not.
Yes, he
you know
is.
what I mean? All right, so we're gonna do it this way this time. We're gonna let Andy pick first. Guest picks first every time.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you won't have any of these bands that you're looking at right now.
I can't even
Can
see.
tell that you're looking at my.
I'm
fucking
trying to
list.
cheat, but I can't even read that far. I think I need cheaters.
So we're doing a snake draft.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Do
a
a snake
snake
draft.
So me, Fitzy, Brendan, Fitzy, me.
Yep.
Sure, that works because
Yep.
Fitzy got the
'Cause,
last.
yeah, we
last
went
time.
the opposite way last time.
And so here's the only rule we put in place. So it's our favorite bands or whatever best bands.
Yep.
If you pick, kind of doesn't matter if it matters, I guess. If you pick a person like this person and the, so use Eddie and the Cruisers, right?
Sure,
From a fictional
Yep.
movie. By the way, great movie.
You don't get Eddie's solo career.
You don't get Eddie's solo career.
Correct.
And you got to live with these bands for the rest of your life.
And we've allowed rap groups.
Rap groups are allowed. Yes,
Correct.
rap
Yep.
groups are allowed.
Hip hop, rap.
By the way, not
R&B.
racist. Oh, that's what I was going to say. About me not being
Mark safe from racism.
me not being
safe.
racist.
Yeah.
Like definitely not racist. All right, I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
It's gonna be a group, not two fucking names. Unless it's Hall & Oates, because I guess they're a group.
Are they though? Or they just
I
like
don't, I don't know. I would never pick them. So who gives a fuck?
I don't think anyone's picking Hall & Oates.
Maybe I will now. Fuck
Oh,
you.
I accidentally. This is what I was gonna say. My buddy, he
can.
posted. Oh, this is, and then we went off on this little tangent. My buddy, who I played basketball with in high school, he's a black guy, and he posted one time like I
Second
like
time
to
he's
like
mentioned it.
everything. Me and Fitzy talk about this. Like, if you put something up, I want to like it.
Sure,
you know what
of
I mean?
course,
Because
yeah.
like, what the fuck does that take me to
Why
like your
not?
fucking
Yeah,
post?
Yeah.
like a post.
So
Little
he's like,
double
I'm
click.
going through him scrolling, right? And I hit his, and as it's going down, I'm not even reading half of them. I look and he's like, I like it. It says, fuck black businesses. He's like, I've been doing some work with some black businesses. It has been working out.
You're like,
And I'm
oh, how do I delete this? How do I
man,
delete this? Like,
Brenda Heard
Care
likes
reaction.
Brenda Heard likes fuck black businesses. Like, I'm like, that'd be bad for my, my overall look.
That's a bad like. Yeah, you don't
Speaking-
want that listed.
Speaking of Hall & Oates, right? Is
So I wrote a comment and said, I was like, I've done some work recently, some great black businesses.
yeah, hell
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I want to
So
make sure
what-
everybody knows
so
I'm on the
white.
right side of the fucking.
Hall & Oates, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The song Sarah Smile.
Sure.
Does that give off pedo vibes to you?
Yeah.
Big time pedo vibes,
Most
right?
songs do.
Have you ever heard the song?
I
have
hear
you ever
that
heard the
song,
song?
and I love that song. It's great. I hear it and I'm
Now,
like,
this-
Jesus Christ.
I'll explain this later because this could be a band I'm picking, so I'm not going to say it now.
Oh, of course.
Because I love pedophile bands.
favorite
Bully
jo-
porn
You can-
pedophile
you can
bands.
Favorite
Warrant
genre.
17. She's
No, I got
only
a better.
17.
Well, anyways. All right, Ferg, you are up.
I'm
You
going
got
to
first
make
pick.
the first pick that is the best pick that's possible in this thing
That's right.
because it is all encompassing of hip hop, rap, rock. It's one band. White Jewish boys out of New York.
let's
the
go.
fucking Beastie Boys. The best first pick that could be cannot be beat. The Beastie Boys.
Let me tell you this right now. Were you in here when we were doing it the other night? No, it was a couple of guys. We watched every Beastie Boys video in here. Like, just I was drinking my face off. I don't think there's a. like, I don't know a person that's like, fuck the Beastie Boys.
No one's
Like, the
fuck
Beastie Boys are fucking unassailable. And just when they, like, you'd be like, all right, Paul Revere, all that shit, like, they could have easily just been like a one
Yeah, they could've gone
take
away,
wonder.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
No,
they're
all of a sudden, like, oh,
intergalactic,
oh
planetary.
my God, dude. Like,
Sabotage.
the videos were unbelievable.
Well, you must know the story of them when they first started touring with Run DMC.
Yep.
And they would come on stage, these 4 little Jewish kids. They were touring with the biggest rap group in the world, and they'd get booed. And by the time they were off the stage, standing ovation.
Yeah.
Because they were so fucking talented.
Yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
A bush by a shove.
Bush either.
Don't judge
Either
a
one.
bush by her underwear.
We're talking Bush and books. Either one. Don't judge.
Now, I'm pretty sure that they were produced by Rick Rubin. It was like his
Yes.
first production.
That's
Correct,
why
yeah.
they were with Run DMC. 'cause
Yep.
Mark Norman, the comedian, has a great thing on I think it's Mark Norman, has a great thing on Rick Rubin where he's like, fuck Rick Rubin. He's like, oh yeah, you produced the Beastie Boys, Tom Petty. He goes, sweet. He goes, tell me when you take a no-name band, like you know what I mean? Like, he's like, Tom Petty could come up, so I shouldn't have said
I
that.
think he did discover Beastie Boys, though.
No, he did. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, Mark Norman can go fuck himself.
Good point.
That
All right,
fucking
fuck
joke.
off, Mark Norman. All right, go
Piece
ahead.
of shit.
I'm gonna kind of follow suit
The Beastie Boys.
and draft the Beastie Boys again. The Roots.
Oh, I like them.
I'm picking the Roots.
Roots are good.
They have so many fucking banger albums. Things Fall Apart, Phrenology, one of my favorite albums of all time. Phrenology, you ever heard that album?
I have.
Yes.
Great live too. I've seen them once.
Yeah, so
Phenomenal.
they were here at the House of Blues a couple of years ago, and we were like on the fence. We're like,
Define a couple of years ago.
probably a lot.
I was there. I
100
was
days
there.
ago.
Yeah, how long? 10 years?
Yeah, I went to that.
It's probably
My
10 years
my
ago.
wife's eardrum burst at that show.
So, this is wild because we were so close to buying tickets to that show.
Yep.
And we just did it because another couple canceled on us. We could have met before the beat
Yeah,
page.
I was
fucking
at
10, 10 years
that
ago.
fucking show.
That would have been sick.
At the House of Blues, it was phenomenal. They're a good band and a
Dude, they're
great
awesome.
hip hop. Like they're like the Beastie Boys. They also play the instruments.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
fucking phenomenal musicians.
Yeah.
Fucking prick. That's a good pick.
I love them.
a
And
good pick.
Black Dot, one of my favorite rappers ever. Like top 5 rappers for me. Never mind top bands.
Plus, they got that drummer.
I
with
feel
the
like I'm
fucking
going to
afro.
come off as
Yeah,
so
Questlove.
racist that I'm not picking a rap band first.
Questlove.
Yeah, Questlove. Yeah. But he doesn't use. He skips the U. He spells it wrong, so that's on brand.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm starting it off. And by the way, I want to make sure that Mohan knows I'm being strategic in this draft of how I'm picking my bands.
Yeah.
Pick Tom Petty and hurry up.
Tom Petty and the Hot Brothers. Now listen, here's the thing.
I did have him on my list.
Everybody always knows that I'm the biggest Tom Petty fucking guy in the world. My favorite story of just interaction. Now, this is another thing. Go see every band you can because literally I was like, well, I'll just see him next year. I'll see him next year. And then he fucking died of
He
fentanyl.
did die. That fucking prick. That one pisses me off.
That
He
one
shouldn't have
pissed me
died.
off too. Now, I was in a band. This is years ago. I was like in my mid-20s. This kid, Kurt, he was a fucking sick guitar player. One of the best guitarists I've ever been in a band with. And I was like, we need a couple covers. I'm like, what are you thinking? And he's like, dude, he's like, you ever notice when you're in the car and Tom Petty comes on? He goes, what happens? I go, he listens to Tom Petty. He goes, exactly. Nobody ever fucking changes Tom Petty.
And everyone
I was
shuts
like,
up.
I was like, holy shit. I'm the biggest Petty guy, obviously. Tom Petty and the Heartbreaks is my number one. Now I get the wraparound. And I don't think you can go wrong with Tom Petty.
No, of course not. It's a great pick.
Like, the
it's on my
guy-
list. I have a list.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm taking.
Don't do it.
This is tough.
It'd be so
Taking the
wet in a
Beatles.
second. That's a fine pick.
Yeah.
All right, now here's my
Gay,
thing.
but fine.
I would never pick.
Now
I
here's
would
the
never
thing.
pick them.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
This is what I was talking about, where you guys will probably have some classic favorite bands.
Yeah.
And I won't have any of those.
I
Okay.
have a good mix.
When I was like in whatever 6th, 7th grade, my old man played the Sgt. Pepper's album like on a loop, like in his car, and I'm like obsessed with that album.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird. They came out like, and then the other night Kevin Mara was in here and we were playing like fucking like them on like You Love Me. I'm like, holy, like there was nothing like this before. Like, and
They created a genre.
they created a genre. It's called rock and roll.
It's like, well, not really. Chuck Berry did that, but
That's
it's all right.
true.
That's true.
Well, that's
not
racist.
Marvin Berry. Chuck Berry.
Racist Brendan Hearn. Fuck black businesses.
Wait till you find out that
Pro bully
Spirit.
porn.
Wait till you find out that Spirit was all Led Zeppelin songs.
All right, so I'll take the Beatles. I don't
All
need
right,
to explain
that's
it.
the
They're
wraparound.
fucking. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Second pick, I'm going Audio Slave.
On my list, very high actually. Good pick.
So now, Brendan, look at Brendan
know-
fucking roll his eyes.
Wow.
I like Audio Slave.
prick
Before
hole.
you say it, I know what Andy was hoping that we wouldn't pick. But go ahead. I think.
Oh no, I love that pick. It's
No.
high on my list.
No. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
the reason why I pick it, right, is because Chris Cornell was a fucking national
Dude,
treasure. National fucking
So
treasure,
dead,
right?
though.
I saw
so
Audio
dead.
Slave.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, asshole.
But that first album, self-titled, was great, and then Out of Exile was fucking unbelievable. He also had Soundgarden. Now I didn't draft Soundgarden because Audio Slave was better.
I agree. I'm with him.
You think Soundgarden's better?
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm saying I think you're gonna catch some clap back for that.
Draft their songs and Audio Slave gets picked
Yes,
the first five
I
every
think
time.
Audio Slave is
I'm
fucking
not opposed to it.
head
I'm
and
just saying, I
shoulders.
think you'll get some
Spoonman are
slap back.
fine, but come on.
Yes,
settle down.
100%.
Yeah.
Great. Soundgarden was good. Black Hole Sun was great.
Yeah.
Audio Slave
I
was
wasn't
a
the
better
biggest
band.
Soundgarden guy in the
He took
world.
two of the best
No.
bands ever and took one lead singer in the group from the other and said, all right, make
Yeah,
something
yeah,
awesome.
let's
yeah,
do it.
yeah, yeah.
And then he had a fucking. Obviously, we're not drafting solo careers, but Chris Cornell.
Be awesome
I
we were
had to
drafting
fucking-
heroin addicts.
Sunflower. Yeah. Lane Staley,
more.
Chris Cornell, Tom Petty. We can do that.
I
if
got
you
way
want.
more
Yeah.
on my list.
Yeah.
Kurt's on there.
Yeah.
Hey, Ferg, you got two.
All right. Growing up in the 90s, huge grunge fan, obviously, like I'm sure Brendan was as well.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah, come on. Don't laugh at us.
Rap was grunge.
Fucking Somerville boy.
Rap wasn't grunge?
It was not grunge.
Oh, okay.
If you have a flannel shirt wrapped around
I
your fucking
was-
waist, I want to know your name.
When I was like 14, I discovered Nirvana, and my mind was blown. And
I can say this right now,
I wouldn't
I fucking love this
I wouldn't
pick.
start typing yet if I was
Whoa.
you. And here's the thing: they literally changed my life. But growing up, I was kind of told you had to pick Nirvana or Pearl Jam. It can't be both. And I picked Nirvana as a kid. I'm like, fucking Kurt Cobain. And then that motherfucker went and got killed by his fucking wife. She murdered him. We all know she did. Let's not pretend like she didn't. Kurt watched Choked in Bleach if you want to know. And then I started to really enjoy Pearl Jam. Fuck it, Pearl Jam's my pick.
Okay.
And I loved Nirvana growing up, but he fucking died. He disappeared on me. And Eddie didn't die. Eddie wasn't on heroin. Eddie still. And also, when I broke my leg at Fenway, I was at Pearl Jam, and that
kinda
resulted-
worked out.
That resulted in a house in Maine for me.
Kinda
So,
worked out for
long
you.
story short, I'll take Pearl Jam. Thanks very much.
Pearl Jam's awesome, dude.
Still awesome. They knew I was
So I
fucking
saw
phenomenal.
Pearl
Still
Jam.
awesome.
I think well, I don't know.
From
but
the wreckage, it's one
the
of the best
Fenway.
songs
Which
I've ever
Fenway
had.
one were you at? Where you broke your leg?
2016, August 7th.
We'll have to check afterwards.
If you want to hear something
Did
funny,
they open with
you think I remember that? I broke my leg there.
no.
I was
during
drunk.
the show or like after?
I was drunk during the show and broke my leg. There's
Huge-
pictures of me at
huge
the
fan,
casting
huge
flag,
fan. This guy can't
casting
remember what-
flag and holding two pictures. Long
I
story-
like this pick, by the way. I'm pro this pick. I got a couple buddies. Now, I have been quoted as saying Pearl Jam is music for people who fucking don't know shit about music. But I want to be honest, because I've said this on the show. I like Pearl Jam. I've been to the show. The album 10 changed my fucking brain. And then I actually think the second album I like better. The one with Versus, I like better.
Yep.
Vitalogy is actually one of my favorite
Vitalogy's
albums of
awesome.
all time.
Yep.
I remember where I was when I bought it.
came out only on vinyl at first.
Yeah, but then
Those
I bought
assholes.
it in Cambridge at the. My parents were taking me to potentially do a PG year of high school. This place called Mantor Hall, which was the size of this fucking place. They're like, my father was like, yeah, this ain't fucking happen. We went over to Newbury Comics and I got that, and I was like, or Tower Records, whichever one. And I was like, I think Vitalogy is fucking one of my
I need
favorite
you to
albums.
pronounce it correctly, though.
Vitalogy?
Thank you.
Is it Vitalogy?
It's Viatology. Everything's ology.
Why do I
There's never been an
always
allergy.
think it's-
It's allergies, maybe, but ology is the study of.
Look at this fucking smart fuck.
Teaching you.
I don't know what
This guy started a beef page, shitting his pants, and I gotta fucking,
Listen,
I gotta get learned up by him.
I'm not stupid. And I
I
get
like
two
that
picks,
pick.
though. I get two picks.
Yep.
So
Yep, you're back to back.
let's think about this. Are we gonna go?
Dude, I was 2 years old when I learned that Pearl Jam was cum.
Yeah. Semen.
Did you also know? Do you know what the name of the band was before they were Pearl Jam?
No.
Mookie Blaylock.
That's right, they were.
Was
That's
it?
right, they
Yeah.
were. Do you know what Eddie Vedder's band name was in the movie Singles?
Fuck, I don't. What is it?
Citizen Dick.
Ah, yes, it is. Yes.
My next pick
Great
is
movie, by the way.
The Rolling Stones. Requires no explanation. Might be the greatest rock band of all time because they also didn't die. Unlike the fucking Beatles and Nirvana.
I'm gonna say this right
and
now.
Audio Slave.
I
Tom Petty.
picked selfishly in the. Yeah, everybody's dead in my fucking group. I actually like. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. We were talking about pedophile songs. There's a song on Beggar's Banquet. It's like the last song called like Cat Scratch Fever, not Cat Scratch Fever, but something like that.
What's his name? That's
And
the
it,
other guy.
no, it's something like that. And it's like this girl's only 16. Like let her in. I'm like, this is weird. This
Well, the
song.
Beatles have a She's Only 15, and there's a Beatles song. Then Warrant, you're going to pick Warrant next, I assume. They
Yeah,
have She's Only
obviously.
17, but Cherry Pie's a banger. Don't
Sticks
forget
was
about
gonna be my next. But
Oh, Renegade's a hell of a song. They played with Foreigner last weekend in Greatwoods.
all right, I like this. I like your run so far, Ferg. I think you're on a good run. All right, you got the Roots and Audio Slave. What do you got next?
Tool.
Oh, solid.
It's a great pick.
I'm picking Tool. The Pot. One of my favorite songs of all time.
To raise your finger.
Dude, it even sounds good when you sing it.
Thank you.
Those two albums, Anima, is that how you say it? Anima?
Anima.
And then
Actually,
10,000
Anima.
Days.
Yeah, Anima.
Vitalogy.
Dude, Vitalogy and
The
Anima.
study of being an idiot.
Yeah.
And then 10,000
Guilty.
Days, dude. Tool is fucking
No, Tool's
unbelievable.
awesome. Tool's unskippable.
What's the lead singer's name? He's got some
James
fucking...
Maynard Keenan.
Yeah, he's got some fucking...
He's got some dirt on his
assassination.
He's also
That's like assassination.
He has
man.
other bands too. Perfect Circle's also him.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's what's
They're
the,
awesome.
Is Pussifer him as well? I think Pussifer's him as well.
Pussifer, maybe.
And they have one song that's great. And I think his birthday was recently. I think it was his 50th
Tool's
birthday.
sick.
And he performed with all three of his bands. And as the singer, I'm like, it's your birthday. Sit down first of all.
I know. No, but
pretty
also that's
sick.
pretty fucking
It's
cool.
fucking cool. It's cool. No, great
Yeah.
pick. Tool.
Tool's
That was
sick.
some of the funny
I'm gonna
years.
take. I would have taken this. Probably one or two. Probably two.
Bruce Springsteen, these three.
Nope. I'm taking the Grateful Dead. I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan. I knew Andy was gonna hate this because he's an idiot.
I don't have 3 weeks for a song to end.
I'm a Dead guy. What can I say?
I can
But
tell
Jerry
the
guy,
fucking there's some
yeah, it's some
artwork
Grateful
that
Dead
tells
shit in
me.
there. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? I'm a Grateful Dead fan. I fucking love the Grateful Dead. I'm a
Ted
fucking
Londy's a big Deadhead,
I'm going to
actually.
J-Rad.
Yeah, he's got his-
J-Rad, which is a tribute band. Maybe Ted will be going.
Well, he has his own Grateful Dead tribute band.
Who?
Ted
does?
Londy, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that he's in?
Yeah, Grateful Ted. I'm fucking kidding. Jesus.
I was like, that's
What a
sick.
fucking setup. Jesus.
Hey, I'm fucking gullible. Dude, I'm going with Panette and Dave Ferrick to J-Rad, which is a tribute band for the Dead. By the way, I was like, "Do you guys still do drugs?" And they were like, "No, not really." And I'm like, cool, I'll meet you there."
Be a lot
guys
cooler
cool,
if you
man?
did.
Be a lot cooler if you did. Hope my kids listen to this show. All right. I took the Dead, and then I'm going to follow that up with a band that I feel very passionately about. ZZ Top. I'm a fucking ZZ Top guy. Let me tell you right now, if you grew up in the fucking generation of like the advent of MTV,
Oh, yeah.
they basically got famous because of MTV. But their whole thing, like, if you watch an old ZZ Top video, it's like there's hot chicks in the video, but they aren't banging them like in the Warrant videos. They just show up with like keys and like a magical car.
An awesome
like they're like
car.
Santa Claus.
Yep.
Like it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen, and it's absolutely excellent. Give me fucking Eliminator album, like, and I could fucking die
Listen,
happy.
LaGrange is one of the best songs
LaGrange,
ever. Yeah, come
fucking
on.
like she's got legs.
Yep.
Like there's
I'm
fucking
not a big
loaded on.
80s top guy. I like 70s top, but yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm not like you got to take the whole catalog, right?
Of course.
But I'm saying like when they hit hard,
Yep.
like another band that could be mentioned here, they hit harder than anything.
They were also on not a recent episode. My wife was watching. My wife's a big adult cartoon person.
Oh, really? Like,
Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad.
what's the other one? Like,
Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
What's the fucking Hank Hill one?
that's what I'm thinking of.
Fucking Hank Hill one. Bobby Hill.
Whatever.
How the fuck do we
I know.
this?
It's like after The Simpsons or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
King of
King of the Hill.
Yeah, the Hill Show. They actually was on an episode of King of the Hill where Billy Strings was Hank's cousin and he picked on him. It was fucking hysterical.
Billy Strings is
It was
awesome.
hysterical.
Billy Strings doesn't have the catalog yet for me to put on my list of the Pantheon.
All right.
Is
Go
he a
ahead.
band?
That's kind of a that would be
You know
a
what I
tricky
mean?
one.
He's
It
kind of a
is.
solo.
Like it is. They're
I know
all
he
in
has
the band.
a band with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that would be a
It's-
tough one.
It's tough. Here's where I lose you guys and potentially everyone else. So my first 3 picks are fire. Right?
As far as you know, yeah.
Roots,
Roots is great.
was my
Audio
second
Slave,
one.
solid.
Audio Slave and Tool. Fire.
Doing good. You're doing
Great
well.
list, right?
Doing well.
Now here's where I lose you guys.
I don't have Tool on my list, by the
especially.
way.
Yep. And
Not
then
on my list.
who knows? Facebook might back me, but Counting Crows is my next pick.
I love it. I
Homosexual.
fucking love it. I love that pick.
What did you call me?
A homosexual.
Dude, Counting
No,
Crows.
I like the Counting Crows, but
Yes.
we're drafting bands. We're not drafting fucking songs to kill yourself to,
Listen.
or fucking shoot a boof a fucking line in your fucking arm.
Listen,
Dude, I love the Counting Crows.
Long
I think
December?
August
I
and
fucking-
everything after
yep.
the album is
I
fucking
love it. Yeah.
amazing.
I love it.
Crows.
Every time I talk to Ryan Hearn,
Yeah.
I bring up the Counting Crows
he
because
hates
I
them.
know he hates them.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like, I want to understand why he hates them.
I don't hate them. I just hate the pick.
I
The
I
pick
told
stinks.
you. I told you. You guys. I mean, Brendan obviously likes it, but I knew that a
You
lot of
pick
people
Dave
are gonna
Matthews
hate
Band
this.
You
next?
think Pearl Jam's one of the best bands that's ever been in the fucking world?
Yeah, they are. They're also. I like longevity. I like people to exist for more than 10 fucking minutes. And you're gonna pick Dave Matthews Band next pick. I fucking know it.
I need-
and I'm gonna call you gay
I
then
need-
too.
I need
and not
subtitles.
and not in the real gay way. Not sucking dick,
Yes.
being gay.
Yes. Which is much cooler than the other gay way.
Yeah. Like subtitles for Eddie Vedder.
All right, you got first got back to back.
I fucking know what the fucking turn. I almost want to give a shitty pick to help Fitzy out. Fucking Counting
I'm
Crows.
not.
This is not gonna win this
I'm
one.
not going to win this one. I knew it coming
This
into
is
it.
me and you, and I'll tell you right
Wu-Tang
now.
Clan. How about the Wu-Tang fucking Clan?
That
Can I
might-
yes, I'm taking the fucking Wu-Tang Clan.
So
That-
I love it, but they don't play any instruments.
We said rap
No,
groups.
we said
yes.
rap groups.
Hip hop artists.
Yes. I still agree.
Listen,
A voice is an
racist?
instrument.
No, I agree. And
No, he does all the beats though.
Jizza.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the
That's
fucking
an instrument to me.
maestro. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Also,
He's
their
the
voice.
maestro.
Is it
Tell me
RZA?
The shit. There's also
No,
RZA.
Jizza.
There's Jizza. Jizza on your chinna.
I'm about to fucking jizz right now.
Jizza is the genius. He's the one that's
Oh,
behind
the
the whole
genius.
thing.
Yeah.
Listen, Method Man, that guy does things with his mouth that even your fucking sister can't do. Not your sister, but the proverbial sister, of course. So
Hopefully
Wu Tang's an easy pick.
Okay, I like it.
How many are we doing here? That's the
You got
question.
one more.
This is your last
That's my
one.
last pick. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta think about this one real quick. Fuck it, Metallica. I don't care.
I knew that was
I
coming.
love Metallica. I've
I
loved them fucking
fucking
since the 90s.
Hate Lars Ulrich.
I don't give a fuck about who plays
with,
the music.
With my my
this
last
is a you thing.
bone.
You care about the people. I care about the
I
things.
care about fucking Napster. That's who I care about.
You are fighting for Napster.
Yes.
Still, he's still there.
Fuck Lars.
Oh, fuck Lars in the mouth. I hate
Dude.
him. James Hetfield can
Dude.
suck my left nut.
Right, one of the
Whoever
best-
whoever they're individually, they're all cunts. But they put out some amazing music, and they helped shape my childhood. And I'm going to go see him for the fifth time on Sunday.
Yeah,
and my daughter loves
Enter
it.
Sandman fucks.
It does.
Love
Dude,
it.
Injustice for All, one.
who's the kid who he helped start Facebook too? Parker?
The
What,
Napster. the
Justin
Napster kid?
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake's character.
Justin
What's his
Timberlake,
name
yeah.
though? It's like Parker or
Tom
whatever.
Yeah, I
Sizemore.
forget.
Something, whatever.
Tom Sizemore.
So,
Sizemore.
my buddy
Let him
Downing,
doubt.
who introduced
Shaving
me.
Ryan's privates.
My buddy Downing is a firefighter down in Situate, one of the best legends of all time. He was like, we're sitting in his house one day. He used to play my band, play drums. He's like, fucking met that dude. And I'm like, he was on TV talking about like whatever, Facebook or something. And I'm like, you met that guy? And he's like, yeah. So this fucking party. This kid Murph out in California. He's like, he was a lawyer at this, he's like an entertainment lawyer. So we went there and that kid was just cranking butts. So I went over to him like, what are you doing here?
What's up,
And he
guy?
goes, the guy's like, looks at me. He's like, we'll start talking. He's like, I'm here because they all want my shit. I'm like, that's cool. And he's like, you know how, he's like, how do you listen to music down? He's like, well, I listen to books on tape. We drove out here from Massachusetts. He goes, so I like books on tape. And the guy's like, well, that's not how you're going to get music anymore. He's like, you're going to get it on your phone. He's like, and it's going to stream. It's not going to be, he's like, so like a CD. and he's like, no, like it's going to stream off your phone. Everything's going to change. Like, and that's what they're here trying to get me to like fucking sell them or whatever. And he's like, all right, cool, man. He's like, you're going to fucking cigarette?
Can I bum a cigarette off you?
All right.
Classic end of the story.
Fitzy, you're up.
Yeah. And Ferg predicted it.
So Ferg has Beastie Boys, Pearl Jam, Rolling Stones, Wu-Tang Clan, and Metallica. And I think Ferg will win.
That's like the easiest fucking win of all time.
We'll see. Time will tell. Facebook is going to judge you on this.
I don't
Yeah.
care about these people.
I know, me neither.
They can lick my fucking left nut.
My fifth pick is DMB. I fucking
Dave Matthews Band.
I love
I
Dave.
really thought you were.
I love
You
Dave.
come off as this fucking hard ass fucking Somerville born and bred, and now we're fucking going Counting Crows and Dave Matthews Band
Straight
back to back.
pussy.
Just fucking shave your ass and take one in the mouth.
Yeah, straight pussy.
Fuck you.
Dave Matthews Band.
DMB.
Unfucking believable. And if you
What's your
listen.
favorite song? Satellite?
No.
Get your fucking dick stroked too?
No.
That song
Deep
stinks.
cuts only, baby.
Even worse. You've listened to the albums?
Warehouse.
Warehouse is
great
good, but number 41 is probably one of my
a great
favorites.
song.
Two Step might be right there, and then the Dreaming Tree, number 3.
Do they sing my old
say
apartment?
something.
Do they sing my old apartment?
No,
That's way good.
dude, that's fucking.
I know it's Band Hit Ladies, but that's
Canadian
fucking
band.
better.
Yeah.
All right. At least you didn't say fucking Coldplay. Then I'd probably leave.
Coldplay was on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Now I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna have to take the whole. I'm gonna have to take the whole kit and caboodle here because I've become
No
less
one's-
interested in this band as time's gone on. But like when I was a kid, I was like totally into it, and I think the early stuff was fucking great. I'm not even talking about the popular stuff. I'm so cool beyond that.
Mr. B-side over here.
YouTube. I'm taking YouTube. Now here's the thing. Ferg's over there fucking hooting and hollering.
I don't understand. I don't get it. What are we doing here?
I thought they were a great band.
I just
thought they were
pulled them
an
off
awesome
my
band.
veto list recently, actually. I have a whole veto list.
Yeah,
and I said
like a
I
ledger.
can't live my life hating this much music. I have to let you two in because they're
Yeah.
not as bad as I think they are.
Yeah.
Bono pissed me off once, but unlike Fitzy, I
Bono
can forgive.
stinks.
I can forgive and move on with my life.
When they.
But I'll never forgive Chris Martin from Coldplay because he can fucking die in a fire tomorrow. That cunt.
What did he do?
When.
I hate him. I don't fucking care what he did. Fuck
When
him.
you two-
named
Named
his
his
kid
kid
fucking
Apple.
Apple. Exactly.
Yeah. When you
Fucking
two
that-
preloaded that whole entire CD
fuck
on my
them.
phone that had only 16 gigabytes,
That
I
was
was
a
pretty.
problem.
I was
Oh,
pretty
yeah, I
pissed
forgot
about
about
that.
So
Yeah.
uncool.
I don't think I had an iPhone at that point, so it didn't bother me.
I had one and it had fucking limited memory. And all of a sudden, it was like I was like fucking Al. I couldn't fucking.
Sorry, I don't have
couldn't
any room for that.
I couldn't do any videos or anything. Couldn't
all right,
upload
listen.
to my YouTube.
We're gonna post this on the thing. We'll find out who won. I think Ferg won. Listen, Ted go.
We got-
all right, our guy Ted. Get in bed with Ted. By the way, if you're going to J-Rab, oh the shit, this won't come out till fucking Tuesday.
Who drugs with Brendan?
Well, if you were going to J-Rad, then you missed me. But if you're on Patreon, this will come out tomorrow, so you can fucking find out. 617-996-6827. Get in bed with Ted. Teddy's the man. He just fucking absolutely diesel the house over in Somerville. I just saw
Diesel
the fucking
fuck, huh?
everything. Yeah, Diesel University. That's how he learned how to do it. He actually went there with Andrew Tate. They both dieseled the shit out of it. Get in bed with Ted. He's our guy. All right. TedGoCM.com. He'll pull the plans for you, whatever you need done. And he is the fucking man. Do we have, are we full on?
I think that's it.
That's it, right?
Yep.
All right, we got voicemails.
Yeah.
We got a couple voicemails. Two quick ones.
This feels official.
It's the jump line.
This is the Jumptown Jump Line. Now listen. Jumptown's been slinging some beefs.
Yeah. It was good. Oh, yeah.
Jumptown's Test Kitchen. All right. You get that number for me, Fitz? Listen, you want like listen. I've talked about before. I had this whole thing catered, my daughter's thing catered by him. By the way, when you're talking into the mic and the fucking headphones are on, you want to buy a gun and just put it in your mouth.
It's fucking loud.
Yeah, it's very loud.
Jumptown's number is 978-878-1907.
That's right.
How is it not 100 Jumptown yet?
That's a great question.
Buy the
getting
fucking
it.
number.
Yeah, it's a great question.
I'll buy it for you, Jump. Fucking get there.
I'm a jump guy. We are jump guys. Jumps. He's doing big things in Bassett. All right, we got a couple voicemails.
Changing the game.
Here we go.
Yo! It's your man Adam Jumptown. And finally, we got Andy Ferg in the garage on Pulling the Cork podcast. It's kind of like back in the late 90s when WCW was trying to come on to WWE Raw. You know, kind of get those feelings. But what I'm trying to get at is you're all superstars right there. And Mr. Fergalicious, even though you get shit every day, my hat's off to you. Because deep down inside, somehow you inspire me to be better. And I fucking want to thank you for that, Mr. Fergalicious. So why don't you take that beer, turn it sideways, shine it, and stick it straight up your candy ass, and chuck you one. It's your man, Adam Jumptown. Quality high.
Kids the
I'm
best.
pretty sure he was calling you Hollywood Hogan. Right?
I feel like I'm getting Hollywood. Wow, that's
We
fine.
only have two.
I'm
This
Hogan.
this second one,
Fuck
Fitz,
yeah.
you're gonna enjoy.
Orlando, turn me up.
It's me, Orlando. So, I'm calling just to say hello.
Miss Donnie. But it's okay. Orlando come in. He be third mic. Okay? You say yes. I just want to say hello, Andy.
Hello.
You make a nice beef, Andy? You like a beef sandwich, Andy? It's good. Yeah. Orlando like the Olympics, okay? He says, Simone Biles. Nice ass. Okay. Goodbye.
It's in Orlando.
So, all
No
right, we got
question,
another
huh?
clue to Orlando's existence.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is
He
Orlando?
knows who the fuck Ferg
Is he a
is.
beef guy?
He's got to be on the beef
He's got to
page.
be a beef guy.
Orlando.
We don't know
huh?
who Orlando is.
Oh, ¿cómo está Orlando?
Dude,
Me
Orlando-
gusta you
And now
too.
usually he gives us a would you rather
Yeah.
in his voicemails. Like,
Yeah.
would you rather have this? Would you rather
He just
do
paid
this?
some serious homage to Andy.
Yeah,
though.
he just fucking.
All right,
Which is
so
great.
he's in to suck me off.
All right, so listen.
I like a Latin.
We're going to
dick.
wrap
He's
this up,
chubby
get
or
to the
no?
Patreon. Ferg's got places to go. Some kid wants to try to pound a beer against him.
That's okay. I extended my time a bit, so I didn't have
Nice.
to
All
miss
right, so you
Patreon.
can hang for Patreon.
Yeah.
So, North Shore,
Third
at
best
North Shore
defensive
Beefs
of all
on
time.
Instagram, right?
Yeah, at North Shore Beefs on Instagram, one word.
Yep.
No underscores. That's
North
a big
Shore
problem.
Beefs page on Facebook.
Group and page is
Yep.
two. Like and follow and join.
And also,
At Wicked Bites on YouTube TV. No, YouTube.com/Wicked Bites to get the podcast.
Mike Wentz. All right, so
Legend move.
thank you very much for coming. You'll come back, right?
I will come back.
It won't
sure.
take. Let's hope. By the way, if it takes 123 more shows, I'll be dead.
Listen, all you gotta do
one
is
of us
say-
will be dead.
All
One of
you
us will
gotta
be dead
do
if it
is
takes
say the
123
word
more.
and give me notice, and I will
All right,
make
you're
it
in.
happen.
I thought we had a great time, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good
that was
show.
a fucking blast. And by the way, I think everybody at home. All right, last thing I'm going to ask you to do.
Okay.
You're a newbie. These people are newbies, right?
Sure.
Give them 3 places to go check out.
For beefs?
Yeah.
Right this second, I'm not going to pick places that aren't open because that's
Yep.
retarded. Pardon my language.
Yep.
Bella's, North Andover, Londy's, Peabody, and I'm going to go ahead and say Anthony's Roast Beef in Tewksbury because you support those, support you.
Nice. I
And
like
I
it.
like Anthony's in Tewksbury, and Adam's a fucking gem.
I actually had Anthony's last summer. I played a golf
Anthony's
tournament. Went
Redding's
over there.
also
Dude, it was
phenomenal.
fucking excellent. It's
Also,
great.
Anthony's and Redding's great, and fucking
Yeah, all the Anthony's are
go to
fucking
Nixon.
awesome.
I just fucking my top 3 has 30. I can't fucking pick. I like,
Yes.
If I had more than one kid, like my favorite kid.
All right, we love you. If you're going to be hanging around, we'll see you on the Patreon. By the way, real quick, last thing, and I fucking promise this is the last thing. We haven't done this in a while, Fitz. New Patreon members,
Ooh,
right?
who do we got?
We're 75 strong.
Wow.
All right. Hold on.
Oh,
This is my favorite one. We got an Irish from Ireland.
Yeah.
Fucking corker.
let's fucking go.
Owen Sullivan. I think that's how you say Oisin in Gaelic, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
If
Definitely
Owen
Oisin.
Sullivan, if you're out there, I think he found us through Genty.
That's awesome.
Because I looked him up and the only person he follows is Genty. Owen
Thank you,
Sullivan, you're the
sir.
fucking man.
Thank you, sir.
Kawe Diaz.
Yep.
Guy's going international. Good for you.
Adam White just joined
Oh,
up.
yeah,
By the way,
the
just sent him on a
racist.
t-shirt.
Yeah, let's
Great
go.
guy. Rich Dinger.
Rich Dinger.
That's a fake
Yeah.
name.
And by the way, Rich Dinger apparently, as well as idiots who signed up for a $5. Oh no,
Free-
he didn't.
freebie?
No, I think it's like you switch it. Whatever, he's fine. Rich Dinger's the man. I love Rich
Dinger.
Dinger.
Let's
Dinger
go,
guy.
Rich Dinger. Big
Adam
Dinger guy.
Jumptown.
Yeah. Oh, let's go.
He's like,
Who?
let me
Al
sign up.
Jumptown?
Adam Jumptown. Adam Jumptown.
Al Jumptown.
You ever met Al Jumptown before?
I think if Al Delano started doing
Cousin-
Jumptown impersonations,
Cousin Jump.
Dude,
That'd be the best.
Al Delano's the fucking best. Hey,
It's your
guys.
man, Al Jumptown.
You know, listen, the last thing I'll say about Al Delano, and he listens every week, Al Delano has given me some sage advice in the last fucking month, and I'll tell you right now, I'm an Al Delano guy.
He's he's current MVP, and he's probably one of my favorite MVPs.
He'll never
Ooh.
not be the MVP
Tops.
until someone
Yeah, someone's gonna have to. Take
Somebody
it.
has to take it.
Yeah, someone's gonna
There's
have to
no.
come in by
I'm not
force.
doing contests.
By the way, we have a way. We have a definitely have another episode of this for the fall because we got to talk about fucking MVBs and all this shit too,
Yep.
and how Billy fucked me at the True
Ferg
North.
Fest.
Yeah, he fucked you hard.
Billy has quit the show since. By the
That
way,
was
we'll
so
talk about that
bad.
on Patreon.
Okay.
All right,
So
I
bad.
love you. We love you, Ferg.
See ya.
Thank you very much. You're the man.
Is
Bye.
this the